All right. Welcome back to where are we? Berlin. We're back on the clay, but I think a lot of people were surprised that Eala was not completely destroyed in that matchup. It was actually pretty close. So let's see if this on the grass, where Eala has actually been very, very solid the last couple of weeks. Let's see if Eala can push some pressure on one of the Wimbledon favorites. But how are we doing, chat? What's going on? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? This is I've said this in the last stream, and I've said this when Eala beat Vekic. Eala's got nothing to prove here. If Eala gets, if she loses in straight sets, okay, that's supposed to happen. But Rybakina kind of needs to prove a point. Like, she kind of needs a bit of a statement win, because she hasn't really had a statement victory for a while. She's been losing matches to players that she wasn't losing matches to in the first part of the season. She kind of needs to stamp her authority on this one, because if we look back, she lost in the quarterfinals of Rome to Svitolina. She then lost to Stepcheva at Roland Garros, and then she lost to Bolter last week in Queen's Club. She barely got through Tatiana Maria. She did beat Urjevic pretty easily in the first round of the French, but again, she needs. It feels like there's a lot more pressure on Rybakina for sure, and she kind of needs to remind us why she's one of the favorites. This is grass. Yes, Eala's been playing well. Yes, Eala just took out Vekic, but I mean, this is what Rybakina needs to. This is a match that Rybakina needs to win in straight sets and straightforward, because that's what she does. But we'll see. Again, like I said, nothing on Eala has nothing to worry about. She's got nothing to stress about. She is. She can just keep playing her game. If she gets a set, that's awesome. If she pushes Rybakina close, it is really that nothing to lose for Eala. And if she loses this match, it doesn't really matter, because her form has been great. She just beat Vekic, who won Queen's Club. She's won a title already on the grass in the Challengers. She'll go to bat on Berg next week anyway. Get some more matches there. So yeah, for Eala, it's all up and up. And she was actually serving really well against Vekic too. So it'll be interesting to see how her serve matches up against Rybakina. But yeah, all pressure on Rybakina. All expectation is on Rybakina too. Also, World Cup starts soon. This might be the first time we're live while the World Cup's on. I don't think we've been live while the World Cup's been going on. Have we? Maybe we have once. Eala needs to win this for a seeding. Yeah. So the situation is, if Eala wins this match, she'll be seeded at Wimbledon. If she loses, Bartunkova has to win the title. It's very unlikely that Bartunkova is going to win the title. That's she is probably one of either the second or third least likely to win the title. So the chances of Eala not being seeded, if she loses today, are still very, very unlikely, because Bartunkova's got to beat Sabalenka, then she's got to beat Rybakina potentially in the final, or Svitolina, and also potentially has to beat either Keys or Pegula. So Bartunkova's going to have an all-time run to be seeded. So all the pressure's on Bartunkova for that one. If Eala wins, though, it secures her spot. But again, even if Eala loses, Bartunkova's got a lot of work to do to kick her out of the seeds. Plus, there's also a potential that somebody in the top 30 pulls out and Eala gets the seed anyway. So even if Bartunkova does win the title, Potapova's injured, Kostruk's had some injuries, Anisimova's been on and off with injury, so even Castella has an injury. So we don't know which one of those players, if any of those players are going to, go to Wimbledon. So there's always that potential too, that Eala could get promoted into the seeds if one of those players doesn't play. Am I going to watch Australia versus USA tomorrow? Yeah. Of course. Of course. I really thought Eala served really well against Vekic. She did. That was one of the best serving displays she's had, which is great. And this is a great test, right? This is a true test of that serving because she's taken on one of the best returners in the game. It's going to be really interesting. Her serve's going to be tested to the limit today. Emojis are back. All right, they fixed the glitch. Eala versus Bartunkova rematch in the finals? That'd have to be the very final, yeah. How many points will Eala lose next week in Eastbourne? Doesn't matter. Because what matters is that she's seeded at Wimbledon. That's all that matters. If she loses 100 points next week, that doesn't matter. Because it doesn't affect her Wimbledon ranking. So, she'll lose 120 points next week, but it doesn't make any difference to her seed. Seedings are dependent on this. It depends on this tournament this week. No pressure on Rybakina? I disagree. I think there's a lot of pressure on Rybakina. I think Rybakina has a lot of pressure on her today. Rybakina needs to really just... She needs to prove that she is still a favorite for Wimbledon. I'm worried about joints because she's having a huge slump and dropping points at Eastbourne won't help her case at all. Well, yeah, I mean, joints had she had a interrupted start with injury, and then she's unfortunately hasn't been able to get that recapture that form from last year. But she'll be back. Joint's fine. Joint will be back. England won. Yeah, I watched that match. Very, very impressive. It's the first World Cup match that I think I've watched from like start to finish. So many good goals too. I mean, Harry Kane, beast. Even the Croatian goals were crazy good too, though. Like they kicked some mad goals too. Will you watch Australia after the Hellas semis on Saturday? They're playing tomorrow, so I'll watch them tomorrow. This time tomorrow, Australia will be warming up. Eala had her shoulder taped. Yeah, she did yesterday. Yeah, hopefully it's something serious. If it is serious, she won't play next week. And that means, she won't play Baden-Berg. I think if she wins today, I think if Eala wins today, she might not play next week. Because if you think about it, why would you... I don't know why. Like, I don't think she needs to play next week. Especially if there's any shoulder problem. If she loses today, yeah, go play next week. Is she playing doubles with Venus? Have we confirmed that? Is she playing doubles with Venus? I don't remember. Is she playing doubles as well, or is she just playing singles? She's not playing with Venus, though, is she? Maybe? As long as Eala can keep things close, I'll be happy. Yeah, look. The expectations on Eala in this match should be very low. Anything that if she pushes Rybakina in any way, even if she breaks Rybakina, that's all plus, right? All great for Eala. But again, I don't have any I don't have any expectations on Eala in this one. I don't expect her to, I don't think there should be any pressure on her. Exactly. Eala can play freely. She has no pressure. Exactly. Eala Rybakina. That's it. Here we go. Players about to walk out on court. So she is playing doubles with Venus and Baden-Berg. Okay, I thought so. I wasn't sure if that was the news. I can't remember because there's been so many doubles news things happening. I wasn't sure if it was if I heard that right or wrong. Have I watched the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. If Eala can take the first set, she'll be a chance. Look, if she takes a set, that will be super, super, super impressive. Because, I mean, okay, let's just set the scene, right? I think, especially this year, Rybakina is on the same level as has been on the same level as Sabalenka, right? So the only difference is that Eala hasn't played Sabalenka; she's played Rybakina, and she was very impressive in their first match a couple months ago. But that's like Rybakina hasn't been playing well lately, but Rybakina is, I mean, she could be world number one very soon. We could be watching the world number one. So that's why, like with Eala, she's got nothing to lose. She's playing arguably the best player on the planet. So there's nothing to lose there. Doesn't matter. She's not expected to win. She doesn't need to win to prove anything. If she does win, that'll be a fantastic result. Her best win of all time, probably. Up there with the Swiatek win. But again, that's who Eala's playing. She's playing potentially the future world number one in a few months, or maybe even in a month. By the end of Wimbledon, Rybakina could be number one. So again, that's where Eala is. Like, that's who Eala's playing. So if she's, I mean, this is like on the men's side, right? Let's say, I don't know who's number 30 in the men's side, but let's just say, I don't know who's in the top. Who's number 35 in the men's side? I have no idea. It'd be like expecting, like, Bouzet, right? He's a new guy on the scene, or Blocks. It'd be like Blocks beating Alcaraz. Like, that would be a massive shock. Like, that's where that's kind of the comparison if you're from the ATP side. It'd be like if Blocks beat Alcaraz. Be like, whoa, it's not. We don't expect it to happen, but that'd be bloody impressive. Or a Naldi, yeah, or a Naldi. A Naldi's a good example too. It'd be like a Naldi beating Alcaraz. It's like, wow, what a great, we don't expect that to happen, but that'd be amazing if it did. Same thing here, All right, here we go. We're back and walking out. Eala's on the court. We're ready to go. Even with Eala's best game, I don't think she beats Rybakina because of her seesaw game. What do you mean? Seesaw. By the way, chat, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're almost at 500 likes already, so thank you for that. I tell you, though, in the first match against Vekic, and we know that how good Vekic was playing because we watched her all the way through Queen's Club last week, Eala served very well and defended very well against Vekic. Now, Rybakina is like Vekic times 10, right? Bigger serve, bigger ground strokes, more experience on the grass, even though Vekic is a very good grass court player herself. Former semi-finals of Wimbledon, But, yeah, this is, like, Vekic was a great warm-up for Eala. Like, this is a great warm-up. Vekic was a great step up to Rybakina. Whereas if she played somebody who was more of like a clay court, that wouldn't have helped at all. But like going from Vekic to Rybakina, that's a good, like a lot of the things that she did against Vekic and that worked, she could try against Rybakina, and it might get her some points as well. She does have her shoulder strapped. Does Eala? The shoulder is strapped. By the way, is Czechia going to beat the South Africa, or what's up? All right, here we go. I'll tell you what, though. I don't know if the crowds have been showing up for the German matches, but I'm going to be honest. People in Berlin aren't showing up to the tennis. I don't know if it's the weather or what, but people aren't giving a shit really about this tournament. I haven't seen that. The crowds have not been packed, and this is a match that deserves a crowd. Even the last match, that should have been a packed stadium, but there have been not many people here. I know it's like a weekday, but I don't know. Is it like it's the crowds have not been hasn't and this is the last match of the day. There's nothing else going on after this. So like if no one's here now, they're not going to be back now. Why am I on mute? I don't know. Maybe it's your phone's on mute. All right, here we go. They warm up. We're ready to go. Let's see if Eala can put some pressure on the world number 2. Yeah, people are working. Yeah, I guess. But, you know. It's still just kind of like... I guess because it's only a 500, but we're coming off like... You know, I guess we're coming off Grand Slam, so we're expecting like packed house. But it is what it is. And
win or lose, ... happy seeing an era where a Filipino competes in WTA Top 50. It seldom happens, ... hoping when 3 or 5 years from now she gets a Grand Slam win.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, it's going to be... Eala is... And I'm hoping this happens, and I'm sure this will happen. Eala is, you know, her success is going to encourage more people to get into tennis in the Philippines. She's already, I mean, look, I know people, you know, like or don't like the hype, but she's already, you got to give her all the credit for that 125 that happened at the start of the year. If it wasn't for Eala, Philippines wouldn't be getting a 125, potentially a 250, right? Philippines, like the tennis in the Philippines wouldn't be getting a lot, I wouldn't be getting this attention if it wasn't for Eala. And that's going to show in, you know, if they're going to be hosting tournaments, then people are going to play those tournaments. They're going to get, you know, more exposure to the best players on the planet. You know, the audience, the Filipino audience, right? And that's going to breed in 10 years, you know, the people, you know, the 7-year-olds that are playing right now or learning tennis because of Eala are going to be in 10, you know, 15 years time, or maybe on the tour, you know, so that's how these kind of things work, right? When a country that doesn't have much going on in the tennis world, when they have a pro do well, more people want to, you know, be like Eala. More people are going to try and get to that level. More, you know, and the opportunities for the people that are going to come after her are going to be better because, you know, she went through. There was a few people before Eala. Eala's not the first Filipino player. Cecil Mamet is one of the Filipino stars. He was American, and then he played for the Philippines. But that's going to, you know, we've seen it with other countries in Asia, right? We see it with China. We've seen it with, you know, with Japan, right? We've seen it with even players, you know, places in Europe, the smaller countries in Europe that have got, you know, get a superstar. And then, I mean, Serbia, right? With Djokovic and the ladies that were playing well from Serbia, right? You know, it starts with one, and then more and more people start getting into the sport because of that one person. And then eventually you might have 2 or 3 players from the Philippines in, you know, 10 years doing well, you know? So might even be someone who's like, you know, 15 or 16 right now watching Eala going, well, if she can do it, I can too, right? And giving them belief that, oh, people from the Philippines can do well in tennis. So you might even see in 5 years' time someone from the Philippines joining Eala as a star too, right? Yeah, Sonmez is doing it for Turkey, right? I mean, there's a lot of, yeah, that's just how these things can work. It's going to be encouraging for another generation of tennis players from that region, you know. All right, last couple of serves, and then we are going to get this started. Here we go. It's going to be a rough hour for Cam. Why? I'm excited for this one. We haven't seen Rybakina play like a real solid match for a long time. And Eala, like I said, got nothing to lose. So she can play, you know, any way she needs to. There's no expectation on her to do anything, you know. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I don't know who's serving, but we'll find that out soon. We will find that out very shortly. All right. Winner of this, by the way, plays Svitolina, who is into the quarterfinals. And the winner of this will play the last match tomorrow. So they'll play this time tomorrow, whoever wins this match. So Rybakina fans, Eala fans, lock in the time. This time tomorrow is when we will see the winner of this match play again. All right. Rybakina to serve. I've gone Rybakina in straights, but like I said, Eala's got nothing to lose. Let's see how she looks. Great serve. Rybakina. And like I said as well, Rybakina needs a statement win here. She just needs, just for her own tennis, to just get a win. Straightforward, straight sets. That's what she needs. If it's anything less than a straightforward win for Rybakina, then she at least better be serving well. 15 lovers with a let on the second serve. Serve again. Into the back of Eala. From Rybakina up the line is a winner. Ooh, okay, 30 love. 30 love. 30 love. LA, you can cheer for Rybakina, but you just can't cheer for USA against Australia. 30 love. An ace down to Tautau. It was a great start for Rybakina. 2 aces in the game. She's the best serve on the planet. 40 love. By the way, can this guy in the chat stop yelling at me? Relax, buddy. She doesn't need to win to be seated. If she wins, she'll be seated. If she loses, she can still be seated. Don't worry. I've done the math. Chat. I've already talked. Why were you in the other stream? I've talked about this at length. 40-15. Oh, whoops. Scoreboard wrong way. My bad. Thank you for telling me. It's Rybakina versus Rybakina. All right, 40-15. As a forehand from Eala, but that goes out by Rybakina, 40-30. 40-30. As Rybakina serves again. Another ace. Whew. 3 aces in the game. That's how you start. Rybakina puts the foot down early. Remember, this is the first Rybakina match in Berlin too. Remember, she hasn't played. It's Thursday. The last day match on a Thursday. She hasn't played one match yet. Everyone else has played multiple matches. Some have played multiple matches. She is the last player to play their first match. And it's like, what? What is it? Like 6 o'clock on a Thursday? The end of day 4? You play your first match. Crazy. All right. Let's see if Eala can serve as well. She did against Vekic. Her serve is crucial. All right. Here we go. Let's see if Eala can serve well here. Serve from Eala. Into the back of Rybakina. Forehand from Eala is long. Love 15. Eala also needs to be careful not to overhit because she has to be aggressive, right? If she plays safe, she's going to get destroyed. But if she... Hang on, what? Is it wrong way again? No, it's the right way. Love 15. What are you talking about? Chat. It's fine. Oh, the stats are wrong. Hang on. There we go. All right, love 15. She needs to play it. Oh, it's a backwards. Okay, I can see what you're talking about. Okay. You know what we're going to do? We don't need that for now. It's just a glitch. Backhand return winner by Rybakina. And it's love 30. It'll fix itself. Don't worry. Love 30. Love 30. Chance for Rybakina to get the early breakers. Rybakina from Rybakina cross court in the net. 15-30. Also, Zverev won. Oh, now the scoreboard's going to go the other way, isn't it? It'll flip. Now it's going to flip, isn't it? It's just glitched. Don't worry. It'll fix itself. All right. As that winner down the line from Eala, 30-0. Watch this, chat. It's going to flip. Hang on. All right. It'll fix itself in a second. Don't worry. All right. As we're serving to the forehand is a let. 30-0. But yeah, she needs to be aggressive, Eala, but doesn't but can't overhit, right? She can't make errors. She's got to be controlled aggression. That's a forehand winner. There's a shot, 40-30. 40-30. As Eala serves again. As we get a let from Eala. Scoreboard is updating. It just took you just had to tell me. You just had to tell it to hurry up. All right, return goes out by Rybakina. It's 1-1. Solid serving from Eala. 1-1. One game all. World Cup starts in 14 minutes. Great, we'll be watching that if when it starts. We'll be tuning into that, and because we always watch that. Serve. There's a fault by Rybakina. Second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Eala. Forehand from Rybakina. Nope. Eala hit it wide. 15. Love. Your score is confusing. It's 1-1. That's the right score. I don't know what you're complaining about. 15 love. Serving the backhand of Eala. Eala in the net. 30 love. 30 love. As Rybakina serves again. Great serve down the tee. Jeez, Rybakina is serving well. She's serving like the best server on the planet, which she is. 40 love. Huge serving. Another ace. Gee, Rybakina's serve is automatic. I mean, she is on fire with that serve. Whew. Huge serving from Rybakina. Like that last serve was perfect. Down the tee, just a rocket. All right. She's already hit like what, 5 aces already in 2 games? This is the kind of match that Rybakina needs to be serving like this. All right. First games in the bag. 2-1 Rybakina. How we doing, chat? How are we doing? Cam, do we need to be worried about Coco? She dropped down to number 7 and lost her first match in Berlin. I thought she played well. She didn't drop down number 7 because of Berlin. She dropped down number 7 because she lost at the French. No. Okay, so I did some research, right? Because I wanted to double check. Because, I had time on my hands, so I wanted to double check. And I haven't finished my research yet, so I'm not going to give away the details of it yet. But I don't think we need to worry about Coco until we get to the hard courts. And as we get to the US Open, those are the results that are going to really matter. Unless she does well at Wimbledon. If Coco does well at Wimbledon, then we don't really need to worry. But if she doesn't do well at Wimbledon, she hasn't done well at Wimbledon in the past, then it's going to be really like the Washington, if she plays that, Canada, Cincinnati, and the US Open. Those tournaments are going to be so important. And if she doesn't do well there, then panic. There's going to be so much pressure on those tournaments. But I don't think there's much pressure on Wimbledon. There's nothing to lose there. She lost first round last year. She's not expected to win Wimbledon. Gauff, we're not expecting her to win Wimbledon. So Coco can kind of like play Wimbledon for free. But once we get to that hard courts again, that's when Coco is going to have all the pressure. Unless she does well at Wimbledon, and that way, if she does well at Wimbledon, then she kind of takes the pressure off the hard courts because she just had, if she makes a semi of Wimbledon, right, that'd be huge. But yeah, I wouldn't be panicking about Coco just yet. Dropping to number 7 is more about losing at the French Open to Potapova, which was a very tough match. Like, she had a tough draw at the French. I don't think people give her credit for that. She had a tough draw. Potapova's been in great form. And that was a tough loss. Even if she had beaten Potapova, she would have had to play Kalinskaya. She would have had to play, there was a lot of dangerous players in that draw where Coco was sitting. So that's why she's number 7, because she lost the points at the French. But like I said, you don't need to panic about Coco until after Wimbledon. 15-0. As with a serve, into the backhand of Rybakina. Backhand from Eala up the line to the backhand of Rybakina. Eala forehand. Into the front of Rybakina. Rybakina to the net. It's 30-15. And yeah, losing to Badosa is not... There's no shame in that. Badosa is way better than that ranking that she has right now. So yeah, you're losing to Badosa. And also Badosa's got a 4-3 head-to-head record. Or had a 4-3, now 5-3 record against Gauff. So yeah, losing... If you look at Coco's losses based on when she lost, it looks bad. But when you look at who she lost to, Potapova, Svitolina, who she can't beat Svitolina right now, loses Svitolina. She lost to Potapova, who's been playing great, and lost to Badosa, who she's got a bad record against. It's not as bad as it looks if you look at like who she loses to. If you look at where she lost, yeah, okay. Third round, second round is bad, but it's who she loses to. She's losing to tough players. She starts losing to random qualifiers, then freak out. 30-0. Great shot, Rybakina. Good return again. Eala slices wide. I'm going to break point for Rybakina, 30-40. 30-40. Rybakina's starting to get onto these serves now. 30-40. By the way, is Medvedev playing today? Or is he playing tomorrow? As Eala serves. Massive serve down the tee. Return goes in. And then Eala forehand goes long. She overhit it. It's a shame. It was a great serve. But then she just couldn't control the power on that forehand. She had to go for it, but a little bit erratic on that forehand. And Rybakina gets the break. 3-1. He's playing tomorrow, is he? Okay. I wasn't sure. All right, 3-1, Rybakina with the break. 3-1. One day Eala will beat her. Yeah, like I keep saying, chat. As Rybakina serves an ace. Rybakina's serving is insane. 192 down the tee. Ridiculous. Eala is playing against arguably the best player in the world. Sabalenka's obviously number 1, but Rybakina has been so good this year. So there's nothing to worry, there's nothing to lose for Eala here. And if she does lose, she's lost to potentially the number 1 in the world in a month. As that goes out by Eala and it's 30-love. So yeah. So this is a great test for Eala. It's a great opportunity to test herself against, some would say, the Wimbledon favorite. Some might even say the Wimbledon champion, right? She's the Australian Open champion. She might have 2 Grand Slams in her pocket in 3 weeks. She serves another 8. I mean, this is ridiculous serving. This is what Rybakina needed, though. Because Rybakina didn't play well in Queen's Club. She barely got through those matches. And now she's serving just aces for fun. Like, this is ridiculous serving. And she serves a fault. And she's serving at like 190. Like, she is serving so fast. So fast. The biggest serves that Eala's probably faced this year. As that goes out in the return, that was a 177 second serve. Like, I would be hard to find somebody who served bigger than Rybakina is serving against Eala right now. When it comes to Eala playing, I mean, maybe against Parks at Australia. That's probably the only player that Eala's faced this season that's serving this big, or that served this big. Parks in Australia was serving monsters. Rybakina is serving monsters. Like that, she is serving massive. And this is the gold standard of serving, though. We talk about Coco Gauff serve. This is the gold standard. Like, this is the best serve on the planet. This is who you want to try and serve like. This is who you want to be when you're serving, right? And on this surface, no wonder she won Wimbledon. All right, 4-1. Look, Mboko has a monster serve as well, you're right. And Pliskova. There's a lot of players that have monster serves. Unfortunately, on Mboko, it sucks that she doesn't get to play, but yeah. All right. Park serves are stronger than Rybakina's, are more accurate. Almost the same power, though. Yeah, I think on average, I'd say Park serves are probably faster. But she hits way more double faults, Parks. Like, she has probably more power. If they both stood there and just served 100 serves, Parks' serve is probably on average faster. But she misses more than Rybakina's, like you said, yeah, more accuracy. And that's what matters more, right? I mean, accuracy over power. I mean, look at Federer. He wasn't the hardest server of all time, but he was one of the best servers of all time because of his accuracy, right? Barty wasn't a Rybakina server. Great serve still. As the other forehand to the backhand of Rybakina. Rybakina over hits it. 15 love. As the other serves again. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes wide. That's a good serve. Again, Eala's serving, which has been one of the things that everyone's sort of mentioned, right? Her serve's not good enough. I tell you, the last two matches, they've been good. Like, she has been serving well. All right. 30 love. As return goes in net by Rybakina, 40 love. As Eala serves again. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return the backhand of Eala. Forehand from Rybakina again, the backhand of Eala. As Rybakina forehand up the line. Goes long. And Eala holds. Solid hold. 4-2. All right. 4-2. Eala only down one break. Back to Rybakina, who has started this match serving ridiculously well. She serves again. Into the forehand of Eala. Return the forehand of Rybakina. Backhand of Eala up the line is wide. 192. Rybakina is going to hit a 200 serve today. Like, she is going to hit a 200-kilometer-hour serve today. She is serving consistently 190s on the first serve. I mean, this is ridiculous. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Eala. Good return to the forehand of Rybakina. Backhand of Eala again. To the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina hits it out. 15-all. That's a solid return. She's hitting 170 second serves. Rybakina's second serve has been bigger than Eala's first serve. That's what's scary about Rybakina's serve. Her second serve is 173. Eala's first serve was 173 in the last game. Like, she is serving massive. Eala's just got to get it back and then get in the rallies. Easier said than done. 195 down the tee is a fault. Second serve. She's going to hit 200 today, chat. We're going to see a 200k serve today. Second serve. Double fault. Oof, okay. Eala's got a little chance here. Rybakina. Just a slight blip. 157 in the net. 15-30. And then an ace down the tee. Yeah. Jeez. 30-all. And that was a 182. That was a softer serve. 30-all. Serve out wide, the forehand of Eala. Return goes short. In comes Rybakina with a slice winner. $40-30. $40-30. Beautiful slice from Rybakina. Serve out wide's a fault. 194. These serves are crazy. Second serve. Oh, big second serve. It's a fault. 2 double faults in this game, Rybakina. A little bit sloppy. We get the deuce. All right, we get the deuce. As Rybakina serves again. Down the tee, the forehand of Eala. Return goes in the back of Rybakina. Eala forehand can't get it. 193 down the tee. Eala got it back though, so that's a good sign for Eala, but I'll tell you. Rybakina is consistently serving in the 190s on the first serve. She serves again, that's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Eala. Good return the back of Rybakina. Rybakina into wide. Deuce. See if Eala can get in the rallies. She can get that monster serve back. Then it gets interesting. We get the deuce. Serve. It's a fault. 190. Nearly broke the net. Second serve. Second serve. Serving to the backhand of Eala. Good return. The forehand of Rybakina. Eala up the line is a winner. There we go. Advantage Eala. That's better. See if she can get back that return. If she can get back that big serve, then that was a perfect shot. All right. First break point for Eala. Rybakina serves. A fault. 192. So serving massive. Second serve Eala. Second serve Rybakina. Eala's got a chance here. Second serve. Into the back of Eala. Great return. Rybakina slices it wide. And Eala is starting to read the serve. 4-3. We're back on serve. All right. 4-3, Rybakina. Couple of double faults in that game, but a couple of great returns as well from Eala. We're back on serve. There you go. All right. Rybakina needs to be careful, yeah. I mean, look, a couple of double faults there, and Eala capitalized, so you can't be giving away free points against Eala. She'll make you pay. Why so many Eala haters? I don't know. It's funny because at this point, like, they're just saying ridiculous things that just don't make sense. They're just silly. They're just silly people who don't know ball. But it's fine. Costly double faults? Yeah. Yeah. Rybakina is still serving massive, though. Those serves were huge. She just missed a couple of first ones and then threw in a couple of doubles. Yeah, continuously 190 serve, yeah. Huge serving from Rybakina. All right, Eala's been serving pretty solid. She only got broken early. Hey, quality shot. I think it was Rybakina's birthday yesterday. Somebody said in the chat it was yesterday. All right, here we go. Let's see if Eala can level this. Eala with a serve. Here's a fault. Second serve. As a return, goes into the forehand of Eala, backing up from Rybakina. Into the forehand of Eala, Rybakina backing again. Into the forehand of Eala up the line and missed it. Oof, I like it though. She went for it. She just missed it wide. That's love 15. Love 15. As Eala serves again. Czechia has scored already? Shit. Oh, ace down the tee. Eala's got a serve now. 15-0. Tell you, the last two matches, I mean, we watched her play last week against Jovic. Jovic was just too good. But she wasn't even serving this well in Birmingham. Like, she wasn't serving like this in Birmingham. As Eala serves out wide. Another ace. Okay. All right. 30-15. Whew. Okay. World Cup matches aren't great today. Yeah. Did you watch England yesterday? I did. England versus Croatia was the best match so far. The goals were insane. As Eala serves a fault second serve. It's coming home. Look, when Australia get kicked out, I might have to go. I might jump on the England bandwagon because like there's a lot of Arsenal players that play on the team, so I might just go for Team England/Arsenal. Forehand goes up the line into the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina hits it out. 40-15. 40-15. Deb, can you see the guy in the chat that's got like he's like protesting out the front of it with a picket, with like a sign. Just constantly. Yeah. Gotta relax, buddy. It's not that deep. 40-15. Are you an Arsenal supporter? Say it's not. I am, yes. Wait, who do you follow? Don't be Tottenham. And if it is Tottenham, don't watch the streams yesterday. As it a forehand goes out by Eala, 40-30. Don't be Spurs. London is blue? No, it's not. Blue? What are you... Blue? You kept that quiet. Oh, Chelsea fan. Okay. All right. I was going to say, if you're a Spurs fan, I don't think anyone's admitting that right now. Good serve. Right at the body of Rybakina. Return goes out by Rybakina. Eala holds. We're 4-all here. 4-all. By the way speech is spelled with 2 E's. Just so... Because people are already correcting you, and it's kind of like... If you're going to, like, you know... Da, 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 like you're going to chant in the chat, you've got to make sure you get... It's Speech. All right. Great serve. Rybakina down the tee. That was a 193. Chat, I want you to tell me, what is Rybakina's biggest serve going to be today? Is it going to be a 198? Is it going to be a 202? 195. What's going to, let's see if we can guess. If somebody can guess the biggest serve, I reckon she'll hit 200. I think she'll hit a 200 today. I'm going 200. What's her fastest serve going to be? 201? 203? 198, 196. All right. Return goes to Rybakina. Rybakina sprays it wide. It's 15-all. 197, 196, 198, 190. She's already hit 195. So 201, 200, 198. Okay. 199, 197. 15-all. She serves a 194, but it's a fault. Second serve now. It has to go in to count, though. So she can't hit a 270-kilometer serve and miss. That doesn't matter. That doesn't count. It's got to be in. Anyways, backhand Rybakina on the net. I tell you, Eala's getting the second serves back. And Rybakina is struggling. 15-30. Eala is getting these returns so well. $15.30. As a return, goes in the back of Rybakina. She puts it up the line for a winner, 30-all. 30-all. All right, 30-all. Serving to the forehand of Eala. Backhand of Rybakina. Eala with the pass. Rybakina comes in with a volley winner. 191 serve, by the way. 40-30, Rybakina. 40-30. Rybakina to take the lead again. Serving to the backhand of Eala. Return goes out. That was a 176. But Eala still just couldn't get onto that one. All right. Rybakina holds 5-4. Eala's going to serve to stay in it. I'd say already, chat. The way that Rybakina is serving, the fact that this score is close, is already going to give Eala a little bit of confidence that, hey, okay, maybe I can play against one of the biggest servers on the planet. Because she has put on a good performance so far, Eala. Even like against this ridiculous serving from Rybakina. All right. Rybakina hit a 200 plus, please. Not yet. She's waiting. She will, though. By the way, just to give you guys some, just to like, reason why we're going crazy, right? Is because we might see one of the biggest serves of all time today. Because if I look at the WTA side of things, the biggest serves of all time, 200, 202, 204, 205. Coco Gauff's on that list with a 206 at the US Open. We had Serena's on there with a 207, Venus with a 207. So, like, if she does, Rybakina, by the way, her biggest serve is actually 204. So 204K, 126 miles, 127 miles in Abu Dhabi a couple years ago. Now, Abu Dhabi is, obviously a dry condition, hot, desert-like. So the ball flying through the air. So if she's capable of hitting 200. She's done it before. But that's why we're getting so excited, because it's like, when someone's serving this big, it's a rarity. We don't see this happen. This is a rare thing to see. Someone serving like these massive serve consistently. As we're back in our return into the forehand of Eala. Eala hit the tape and went in. A little bit lucky. All right, 15 love. 15 love. As we to serve again. Out wide. Great serve, Eala. 30 love. Another great serve. 30 love. 30 love. Serve again. Is a fault. Second serve. By the way, welcome all the people that are coming in from the illegal stream that apparently got shut down. I was wondering why we just got like 3,000 more people. Anyways, double fault Eala 3015. Welcome everybody who has been redirected here. Sorry we can't show the match, but that's illegal. 1 in the chat if you are here. 2 in the chat if you're not here. 3 in the chat if you just don't write anything if you can't write anything. All right, 3015. Yeah, it was shut down. Yeah. Well, I can't show the match, unfortunately. But welcome anyway. I'll tell you what's happening. You're in the right place. You could have been redirected anywhere in the world. And you got redirected here. Lucky you. 3015. Backhand to forehand rally as Eala go up the line. I can't even say her name. And that goes out by Rybakina. 40-15. Copy strike going back. Hey, look. YouTube knows where to send you at least. You know, you could have been sent down down the garden path, right? You could have been sent down to like a video about how to make a wicker basket. But you've got sent here. And you're in the right place because Eala's playing well. And Rybakina is serving like a beast. 40-15. First serve's a fault from Eala. Second serve. Also, if you are coming here from an illegal stream that has been shut down, tell us in the chat, how fast do you think Rybakina's going to serve today? Because we're playing a game. Within the game. As the backhand return goes in the forehand of Eala, backhand out from Rybakina. Up the line, Eala with a pass. Is a lob. Rybakina smash. Puts it away. 40-30. 40-30. 2-15. That'd be insane. All right. Beautiful hitting from Rybakina. By the way, don't forget to subscribe as well if you haven't already. If you are new to the channel, you're coming here for the first time, my name's Cam, and I like tennis, and I have a dog. She's asleep. 40-30. As Rybakina puts in the nets, 5-5. Tell you what, Eala's putting on a very solid performance on her serve. All right, 5-5. Happy 300k, Cam. Thank you. Yeah, we got to 300k subs as well recently. We're trying to get to 1 million. That's the goal. When we get to 1 million, then maybe they'll let me in the Hall of Fame for contributing to tennis. So that's the goal. To try and get a gold button, but also to get inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame for contributing to tennis. Maybe. All right, 15 love. That goes out by Eala. 15 love. So thank you anybody who subscribed. You're helping the legacy of the channel. 15 love. As Eala hits a return winner off a 186. Was that 186 or 156? Either way, off a massive first serve. 186 serve. Eala put it back like it was nothing. 15-0. Serve again. Into the forehand of Eala. Return goes short in the back of Rybakina. Eala with a passing shot lob. Rybakina hits a backhand volley. Eala gets it back with a lob, and then Rybakina smash. Eala gets it back with a lob, but it goes wide. Good effort, good hustle, but Rybakina too strong. 30-15. 30-15. 30-15. And Rybakina serves again. 191. It was a fault. I'll tell you, these serves are insane. Second serve. Second serve out wide. The forehand of Eala. Good return. And Rybakina hits it long. I tell you, Eala's starting to get on these second serves big time. All right. 30-0. Chance for Eala to maybe get the lead here. All right. 30-0. Rybakina needs to be clutch here. This is what a Wimbledon champion should be doing. Hitting big serves right now. She serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Eala. Great return. Slice Rybakina. Eala comes in with a volley. Rybakina with a lob. Lands in. Eala back on the baseline with a forehand. Rybakina in the net with a forehand. And Eala's got a break point 30-40. Eala is just hustling out there. 30-40. All right. Eala with a chance to take the lead. $30-40. Rybakina serves. A let that broke the speedometer. It was glitching. It didn't even show us speed. It was too quick. All right, first serve again. 30-40. Serving to the back of Eala. Return goes in the front of Rybakina. Rybakina hits it wide. Eala breaks. Eala has got the lead. 6-5. She's got to serve at the set. All right. All right. Eala is going to serve for the set. Here we go. Yeah, chat, go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. It's crazy. Despite Rybakina serving ridiculous serves, Eala has still got the break. Because Eala's starting to read the second serve so well, and she's taken the... I said at the start of the match, what Eala needs to do is she needs to, when she gets a chance, she needs to be aggressive, but she needs to be controlled. And she has done that perfectly to get this lead. All right. Let's see if Eala can serve it out. All right. Let's see if Eala can serve it out. She's been serving very, very well. You can still change your prediction. Hey, look, I'm happy to be wrong. By the way, winner of this takes on Svitolina tomorrow in the quarterfinals. All right. 6-5. We've got 7,000 people in the house, and chat's going crazy. Please don't spam. Get excited, but just don't spam. All right. By the way, we're almost at 303K. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. As we've got a backhand now from Eala, and then forehand goes out by Rybakina. I tell you, once the rallies start, Rybakina is losing. Once the rally is starting, Rybakina is losing. Even though Eala has that massive serve. Sorry, Rybakina has that massive serve. Eala, once the rally starts, she has the advantage. As Eala serves again. A let. By the way, we're almost at 1,000 likes as well, so thank you for that. All right, serve again. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Good return, but Eala goes up the line with a forehand. Rybakina puts it up into the sky. And then Eala hits a forehand. Winner. No, it was wide. Just went wide. For 15-0. Just missed. 15-0. Come on, chat. We can get to 303. Come on now. We can get to 303. Come on now. We can get to 303K. If you like tennis, you're in the right place. We're obsessed. I don't know how many matches we've watched this year, but it's been at least a few hundred. As it a forehand now to the backhand of Rybakina. Eala with a forehand. Cross court goes wide. 15-30. Not to mention, we're going to be watching all the way through Wimbledon. We'll be watching all the way through Wimbledon. We're going to be watching these two ladies at Wimbledon. So if you're a fan of Eala, fan of Rybakina, we've got you covered. Every match. Every match. Doubles as well. We watch some doubles too. So if you want to keep up to date with all the tennis, you got the right place. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with the news. Draw comes out next week. I'll tell you what happens there as well. So everything you need to know, all in one place. You're in the right place. You're being sent here for a reason, and that's to subscribe. 30-0. So that you can go to work the next day and go, I know everything about the tennis because this guy on the internet told me. I'm that guy. I'm him, all right? I'll tell you what happens. You can go to work and tell everyone else. And be like, yeah, this guy on the internet screamed in my face and he said, hey, Musetti withdrew from Wimbledon. And I'm telling you now. And then the people at work are like, oh, you're the tennis guy at work. And then you know what I mean? Rybakina hits it out 40-30. We got a set point for Eala. Set point for Eala. To take the first set. Huge. And Rybakina's been serving really well. Serving to the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes to the backhand of Eala. Rybakina with a forehand to the backhand of Eala. Is Rybakina with a forehand up the line. Eala gets it back with a pass, but it's wide. Rybakina was just walking to the net for some reason. Deuce. Yeah, Musetti withdrew. Mahatch withdrew. I think Korda might have withdrawn. A lot of people withdrawing from Wimbledon, unfortunately. All right, Eala just missed it. Deuce. As Eala serves. A fault. Second serve. Cam, you do be teaching me, no lie. Hey, look, if you leave these streams knowing something you didn't know beforehand, I've done my job. Serving to the backhand of Rybakina. Forehand from Eala goes long, and Rybakina's got a break-back point. Advantage Rybakina to get back on serve and get to this tie-break. We'll go to 1,000 likes. Let's go! Let's go. Advantage Rybakina. Come on, we can get to 303. We can get to 303. All right, advantage Rybakina. Serve from Eala. Into the back of Rybakina. Return is into the forehand of Eala. Rybakina. Forehand cross-court. Eala gets it back. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Eala. Great defense. Again to the forehand of Rybakina, who hits it up the line and long. I'll tell you, Rybakina threw everything at Eala then, and Eala responded. We get to deuce. Huge hitting from Rybakina, and Eala just stuck around. And eventually Rybakina missed. That is exactly how Eala needs to play on those rallies. Great stuff. Deuce. As Eala serves. Into the forehand. Rybakina goes wide. I tell you, Eala's serve is very, very good. It's been very good this week. She's got another set point. It was great against Vekic. It's been great today. Advantage Eala to take the first set. Serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Return goes out and Eala wins the set. 7-5. And she was down, what, like 4-1? What a set. Eala just was able to absorb all that power. And it didn't affect her. And she got the first set. By the way, no reaction either. She's very, very, very calm, is Eala. She knows that the job's not done. What a set to start. Rybakina was serving amazing as well. That was not an easy set. Like, Rybakina did not play bad, except on the rallies. When Eala got the return back, it was advantage Eala. 7 aces for Rybakina, 2 double faults. Rybakina with the 23 errors. That was definitely her worst part of the game. 15 winners, 23 errors. Eala with the 7 winners, 15 errors, but those errors were early on. But Eala's serving. She was winning 71% of first serves. That's crazy. Was it 71% of first serve points, or was it 71% of first serves in? That's a big difference. And there was 4 break points, 3 breaks of serve, 2 for Eala, 1 for Rybakina. That was the difference. But I tell you, Rybakina was serving massive. I mean, we're literally playing a game within the game about how big Rybakina's serve is going to be today. Is it going to be 200 Ks or not? And Eala was able to still break her twice, despite Rybakina serving out of a tree. Like, insane. Great set from Eala. Huge set. Against one of the, if not the Wimbledon favorite. Insane. All right. By the way, chat, where are you watching from? I haven't asked that yet. Where are you watching from? Chat's going off. Where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Michigan, Malaysia, Manila, Dubai. We've got Tokyo, Toronto, Ireland, the UK, New Jersey. We've got Philippines. We've got Canada, Florida, France, Kenya, Egypt, Australia, Canada, Sydney, Singapore, Brisbane, Philippines. We've got Belfast, Kuwait, Qatar, New York City, Italy. Hey, thank you for joining the membership. Appreciate it. We've got California in the house, Philadelphia, Cleveland, Denmark, Houston. We've got Belgium in the house. We've got Riyadh, Oman. We've got more people from the Philippines. What's up? As Rybakina with the first point, 15 love. Huge hitting from Rybakina to start this second set. We've got Vietnam in the house. We've got Thailand in the house. All right, 15 love. Rybakina, by the way, a 190 serve, but the rally has started. Backhand from Eala again, the front of Rybakina. Rybakina's it out. I tell you, Eala is just out hitting Rybakina on the ground strokes. She is not being bullied on the ground. We've got Spain, we've got Macau, we've got South Africa, Poland, Doha, Puerto Rico, London, Indonesia, Malta. Has a bit of fault from Rybakina. Second serve, 187. She's still serving massive. They got to go in. Second serve. Into the backhand of Eala. Backhand of Rybakina in the net. I tell you, Rybakina, she's living and dying off the serve. And once it comes back, she's in big trouble because Eala's hitting really, really solid off the ground. 15-30. We've got Cambodia, Russia, Bali, Detroit, North Carolina. Rybakina serves an ace out wide, 186. And it's 30-all. We've got India in the house. Greece, Croatia. We've got South Korea in the house. Iraq, Oregon. As with another ace from Rybakina. I think that was a 193. Was that a 193? I think it was a 193. Milan in the house. A lot of people from California in the house. All right, serve. Into the front of Eala. Return goes in the front of Rybakina. Slice is good. Eala puts up a lob. Rybakina with the volley winner. All right, Rybakina holds 1 love in the second. By the way, chat, I reckon we must have, by the looks in the chat, we must have more people watching this stream from North Korea than anywhere else in the world. And the North Pole and Antarctica. Because there are so many people that have said they're from Antarctica, North Korea, North Pole, and Mars. We must have the biggest audience from those places. It's crazy. Like, that's insane. All right. One love, Rybakina. As going to return now to the front of Eala. Backhand of Rybakina. Into the backhand of Eala. That's a great shot. Rybakina puts up a lob. Oh, it lands in. Eala gets it back with a forehand. Rybakina back in the rally. Eala with a forehand lob. In comes Rybakina. But she doesn't need it because it goes in the net. All right. Love 15. Love 15. Cam is universal. Yeah, we are intergalactic. Apparently. Someone's from Seattle. Hey, there we go. That sounds more realistic. And Las Vegas as well. All right, love 15. As Eala serves out wide, the back of Rybakina. Return goes into the back of Eala, but Rybakina's there with a slice. Oh, she missed it. 15-all. 15-all. All right, serve again. By the way, chat, we got to 303. We got to 303. Let's go. Thank you for joining. As we default second serve. You're in the right place. We watch so much tennis. Some doctors would say it was unhealthy. My doctor said it's fine. It's fine. Backhand into the forehand of Eala. Backhand of Rybakina goes wide. 30-15. 30-15. As Eala serves again. Rybakina's got to start winning points on the ground. She got to stop, limit these errors. Because she is making too many errors. Serving to the front of Rybakina. Return goes out. Another great serve from Eala. 40-15. Another great serve. We need more likes. Yes, we need more likes. Because YouTube tell me that makes a difference. The more people that like the stream, the more people that join the stream, the more subscribers we get, the closer we get to the Hall of Fame, the more fun we have. Well, actually, we're going to have fun even if there was 3 people here. Anyways, we're back in that 1-1. We won't be stopped. Chat, we're going to the moon where that guy was from in the chat. He said he was from the moon. We're going to visit that guy. We're going to the moon, chat. That's where we're going. And then we'll go to Mars and visit all those other people that are in the chat that are from Mars. Sorry, we can't go to the North Pole. It's not a real place. All right, here we go. We're back into serve 1-1. Can she serve a 200k serve? Because I'll do a backflip over there if she does. Serve. Into the backhand of Eala. Eala's getting these reverse serves back now. As Rybakina forehand cross court is a winner. Too good. 191. Eala gets it back. I mean, Eala's starting to get the first serves back, and that's dangerous for Rybakina. Rybakina has to start hitting winners off the ground. And she just does then, finally. That's a good forehand there. All right, 15 love. As the return goes in, the forehand of Rybakina. Oh, Rybakina on the nets. 15-0. 15-0. All right, 15-0. As Rybakina serves again. Show screen. Beverly. I wish I could, and then I could go to bed, but I can't. The reason you're probably here is because somebody showed screen and got in trouble. As we get a return, goes wide. Good serve from Rybakina, 30-15. I show screen, I get sniped. We're out. Just like the person that you were probably watching their screen and then they got sniped and you're here. That's why you're here. But I can tell you what's going to happen. If you just close your eyes. Everyone just close their eyes for a second. Ready? Rybakina serves out wide into the forehand of Eala. Forehand from Rybakina to the backhand of Eala now. It's Rybakina on the attack. With a forehand cross court. Eala with a pass. Rybakina with a volley. Eala's going to get there. Hit a backhand passing shot winner. And it's 30-all. I'll paint a picture with words. You don't have to see the match. I'll just tell you what's happening with my words. 30-all. I'm glad that was a good rally too. That was actually a perfect example. That worked out well. All right, 30-all. Big point is. Let's lock in. This is a big, big point. 30-all. Rybakina serves. A let. Tell you, Rybakina needs an ace or something. I mean, she needs a big first serve. This is iced tea. It's iced tea. Can't show the game. First serve's a fault. 190. Second serve. Big chance for Eala now. Rybakina needs a free point. Second serve goes to front of Eala. Great return. Rybakina forehand in the net. What did I say? She needed a big second serve. She did get the serve, but Eala can read it. 30-40. 30-40. Remember, the winner plays Svitolina tomorrow. Jeez, this is... Chat. I'm not going to say it yet. 30-40. We'll say it after... Maybe we might... Just wait, all right? Let's just wait. All right? Let's just wait. It's not bourbon. Let's just wait. It's iced tea. All right, second serve. Serve to the forehand of Eala. Good return. Backhand from Rybakina. Into the forehand of Eala's. Rybakina backhand. Goes wide. Eala breaks. All right. Chat, is this the biggest victory of Eala's career if she gets it? Because the Swiatek match was huge in Miami. But Rybakina on grass? This has got to be the most impressive win of Eala's career. It's got to be, right? Like, the Swiatek match was like mind-blowing. But if we go back to that time, Swiatek wasn't playing great. Like, start of last year, she wasn't playing as well as she still hasn't been playing great, but Swiatek was in a bit of a funk. Rybakina is kind of in a funk, but also, like, this is grass. Like, Rybakina is like the favorite for Wimbledon. Like, this would be, I think it would be her best victory ever. So far. It's got to be up there. And the year that Rybakina is having is, she hasn't been great the last couple of matches, but Rybakina has been having a phenomenal season. She won the Australian Open at the start of the year. No, I'm not jinxing nothing. We're not at Hogwarts. What are you talking about? I'm just asking a question. I'm asking a question. Setting a break. Cam with the kiss of death. Bro, I am not a wizard. There's no such thing as a curse. There's no Cam curse. It's a lie. I need to go lie down. Okay. Have good luck. I'm over the moon with Alex winning. Hey. Didn't Keys win AO last year as well? She did, yeah. And then Eala beat her. So, all right. Here we go. Eala with a set and a break. It's only been an hour. Let's see if Rybakina can start getting into these rallies, because this match is going to get away real quick if she keeps making errors. And Eala's going to be in the quarterfinals and play Svitolina tomorrow. Unless Rybakina can do something. Eala serve out wide, the front of Rybakina. Return goes in the front of Eala. Rybakina backhand on the stretch. Eala comes in. Doesn't need to hit any shot because it doesn't make the net. 15 love. Eala is playing the perfect game too. I mean, she has been so good on the returns. But also just she's just making Rybakina run. Like, that's a great strategy. 15 love. Serve is a fault. Second serve. She's just hitting the ball so flat as well, which is keeping the ball low, which is super tough for Rybakina. Second serve is a double fault. 15-0. As Eala serves again. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Return goes to the front of Eala. Rybakina backhand again. To the front of Eala. Up the line to the front of Rybakina. Eala gets the point. Rybakina hits it out. I'd say Eala is going toe-to-toe with Rybakina on the ground too. I mean, she is hitting the ball so flat and aggressive at Rybakina. It is very, very impressive. She is hitting the ball so flat. And, Rybakina is hitting decent. Rybakina is not holding back. And Eala's like, all right, let's go. Let's go. It's crazy. 30-15. She will not be bullied. He's got a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Rybakina. To the backhand of Eala. Forehand of Rybakina. Again to the backhand of Eala. Up the line to the backhand of Rybakina. Eala wins the point. Rybakina hits it wide, and it's 40-15. 40-15, Eala to take the 3-1 lead in the second. (40-15). I tell you, chat, there's a lot of people here, but there's a lot of people that are very quiet. A lot of people have been very quiet after the first set. I know you've noticed it. I noticed it too. There's a hush over the crowd when she came back in the first. 40-15. Ooh, double fault. A couple of double faults in this game. 40-30. By the way, hating on someone who was losing to the number 2 in the world is crazy. By the way, let's just put that out there. Like, if you're down 4-1 against Rybakina and somebody's like, yeah, you suck, you don't know tennis. Come on now. Good return from Rybakina deuce. Like, that's, in the first place, that's crazy. But then she came back and then they all just hid in the bushes. They just disappeared. That's magic. They all just magically disappeared, you know? No, they're just hiding under the table. You know, they're just hiding. Whoop, I didn't say nothing. Deuce. Serve. It's a fault. God, Riala's missing first serves here. Second serve. Rybakina needs to make a return. Second serve to the back of Rybakina. Rybakina missed it wide. Again, Rybakina's just going a little bit too close to the lines. Advantage Eala to take the 3-1 lead in the second. All right, advantage Eala. Remember, the winner of this plays Svitolina tomorrow. As Eala serves. As a return from Rybakina goes long. 3-1 Eala. Wow. Eala has won 8 of the last 10 games. 3-1. And she's just serving like at Rybakina. I tell you, and this is one of the more quiet celebrations from Eala so far. She's just like clinching the fist. No shouting, no screaming, no talking. Just very calm reactions. I'm sure if she wins this match, she'll probably get to be excited. But just little fist bumps every now and again. Very cool, calm, collected Eala. All right, we're back into serves. Yeah, very focused. And we're back into serves. A fault. I'll tell you, chat, on the flip side, this is very concerning for Rybakina, who's been serving great, yet is still getting figured out, still getting found out, and is making a lot of errors on the baseline. I'll tell you, if you're playing Rybakina at Wimbledon, you're going to watch this match and you're going to use this match as a blueprint, because this is Eala's exposed Rybakina here. Like, that Rybakina might be serving at 190 Ks, but if you can get the returns back, you can beat Rybakina. So this is like a nightmare for Rybakina here, because it is showing a lot of people out there that, okay, she's not unbeatable on this surface. You can get her. As a backhand pass to the volley Rybakina missed the volley. Love 30. Oh, hey, Rahul. Don't pretend like you like Eala all of a sudden. Get the hell out of here. Everybody remembers what you said early. In fact, I'll just read it out. Rybakina teaching Eala some serving lessons. Ah, okay. How's that going for you, brother? You know, how's that going for you? Love 30. Number 1 Eala hater. He's the number 1 Eala hater. Everybody knows it. As the return goes in the forehand of Rybakina, back into Eala, the line goes off the tape. Rybakina slides it back, but it's in the net. Even the net's on Eala's side. Love 40. Love 40 to get the double break. And that was going wide from Eala, by the way. It hit the tape, come back in. Love 40. And then a fault. Very late call by Hawkeye. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Eala. Forehand from Rybakina is a winner. Rybakina's playing a risky game. 15-40. 15-40. Rybakina serves again. Another ace. 189. All right, 30-40. Oh, Czechia is up 1-0 against South Africa. Third break point for Eala to get the double break. 30-40. Great serve out wide. Eala gets it back, but overhits it. Deuce. Rybakina survives for now. All right. Serve again. There's a fault. Second serve. Serve into the forehand of Eala. Good return. The back of Rybakina. Eala, forehand of the stretch. Goes in the net. And Eala slipped a little bit, but she's all right. All right. Better from Rybakina. Advantage Rybakina. Now, Rybakina was down a break in the third set of the Australian Open final against Sabalenka this year, so she knows how to come back. She serves an ace out wide. All right. Rybakina from love 40 holds. And the pressure's back on Eala to keep this hold. Or keep this break and hold. All right. Eala with a set and a break. All right. How we doing, chat? How are we doing? Rybakina getting momentum? Well, she's going to have to figure it out in the returns here. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We just got to 303. Can we get to 304 by the end of this week? Probably not. That's optimistic. Rybakina needs to take a timeout until Wimbledon. She is not having good matches recently, which she is playing next week. I don't know if Vukov is there. I'm not sure. They haven't shown the coach's box. Raise your hand, Spirit Bomb. That's it. 2,000 likes. How many likes are we at? Oh, we're almost at 2,000 likes. Don't forget to like the video too. It tells YouTube that we are the place to be when it comes to tennis. So if you like tennis, like the video, and then YouTube will tell everybody that this is the place to be. This tournament has a kiss cam. It does, yeah. Rybakina is going to win. Well, we'll see. Another big game coming up. Eala serves. Watching any ACP matches today? Nah, probably not. You mean tomorrow or today? We'll probably watch Fritz versus Shelton tomorrow. All right, great serve from Eala, 15 love. Eala serves a let. All right, 15 love. Serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes out. Another error by Rybakina. 30 love. 30 love. Eala serves again. Here's a fault second serve. Second serve. Into the backhand of Rybakina. Return the front of Eala. Eala hits it out. And it's 30-15. 30-15. Eala serves again. I'll tell you, Eala has been serving really, really well. But more impressively, returning the Rybakina serve. Rybakina has been serving massive. And Eala has been able to just read it perfectly. And then an ace down the tee from Eala. All right. Weak serve. Who? Who has a weak serve? What are you talking about? All right. 40-15. Another massive serve from Eala. She served so many aces to the last two matches. Crazy. All right. 40-15. As the backhand return goes wide, Eala holds without breaking a sweat. 4-2. 4-2. Now, the thing is, chat, going into the next match, if Eala does finish this match off, Svitolina is a different type of player than Rybakina. And Vekic. Different to Vekic, too. She's more like Jovic in terms of, like, how to in terms of how the strategy will be. So, it's going to be interesting to see how Eala can adjust if she does get through this match to play against Svitolina. Because Svitolina is not going to be making as many errors, that's for sure. But also, Eala won't have to return the big serve, which is maybe a positive, right? So it'll be really interesting against Svitolina. I'll tell you this, though. If Rybakina does come back and win this, Svitolina's going to love that. Go, okay, well, shit, you're not playing that well. You know, like, Svitolina's going to like her chances against either of these players. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Eala can do in the next match if she does win, how she can adjust. Because it's only 24 hours. She plays, a totally different type of player. Svitolina's having a great year, by the way, as well. Like, Svitolina's year, she's been so good this year. So it'll be a really, really good test again. 30 love. As Rybakina double faults, man, she is... I mean, she missed the first serve. She just tries to go for a bigger serve. All right. Good serve out wide. 40-15. 40-15. As we get a serve. Into the back of Eala. Return goes to the net. All right. Rybakina holds, but Eala has the break. She's got 2 games to hold and win this match. All right. Stats, please. Wait, the stats not showing. Hang on. Hold up. Hold on. There we go. All right. Yeah, there is 2 games from... and I've said this already. From her biggest win ever. Like, this is the biggest win ever. When she beat Swiatek, it was definitely a shock. But this feels like a much... like, because it's on this surface. The fact that they played, like, less than a month ago. Rybakina is, like, one of the favorites for Wimbledon. Like, this is, like, huge. A huge victory. I think it's bigger than the Swiatek win. Even though maybe, like, technically the Swiatek win was, like, a bigger upset, I think this is a way more impressive win. What am I drinking? Tea. Agree, but no jinxing, please. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this jinxing, curse. There's no such thing as a jinx or a curse, and I am not a wizard. This is not how this works. Stop being so superstitious. What happened to my match preview videos? I made one. It's there. Go check it out. Anyways, 4-3, Eala with a set and a break. 2 games away. First serve's a fault, second serve. All right. Second serve into the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes to the backhand of Eala. Rybakina backhand up the line. Eala gets it back with the backhand into the forehand of Rybakina. Eala hitting the ball real deep. Rybakina forehand up the line. Overhits it. Again, that's the story of the day. Rybakina just can't rally. All right, 15 love. Eala is like hitting the ball nice and deep in the court, but just making Rybakina play 1, 2, 3 extra shots. 15 love. As we serve. It's a fault from Eala, second serve. Second serve. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return is into the back of Eala. Rybakina forehand again. Up the line. Eala gets it back with the cross-court forehand. And that's a winner. I'll tell you, Rybakina might hit the ball hard, but it's too central. And Eala's getting it back. 30 love. 30 love. Beautiful forehand cross-court. 30 love. Over to serve again. Here's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes back into Eala. Rybakina backhand. On the stretch. Goes long. Another error. 40 love. All right. $40 love. Eala to keep that break. And go to 5-3 in the second. As Eala serves. To the backhand of Rybakina. Eala backhand goes into the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina puts that away. I'll tell you, Rybakina looks like she's just hitting out of frustration now. All right. 4-15. Eala serves again. Serving to the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net. Rybakina just doesn't know how to play Eala right now. 5-3. She has no answers. She needs Eala to start missing, which isn't happening. 5-3. Eala is 1 game away from a huge victory. Taking out one of the Wimbledon favorites. This is insane. By the way, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to watch the Svitolina match tomorrow. If it's Eala or Rybakina, we're going to watch it anyway. It's a very important match either way. As the return goes into the backhand of Rybakina, Eala with a forehand. Deep into the forehand of Rybakina. Eala backing up the line. Rybakina gets it with a slice. In the net, though, love 15. I mean, Eala is just making Rybakina look terrible. Like, actually. Like, she's making Rybakina look like she's not hitting the ball hard. She's making Rybakina look like she's slow. Like, it's just... It's the depth of shot from Eala. That's what's so impressive. And the fact she's holding serve really well. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. Your hair is beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that. Second serve. Oh, it was an ace. I think they hit the line and just went over Eala's racket. That was a huge second serve. All right, 15-0. All right, 15-0. Then ace down the tee, 192. Still serving those massive 193. Super serves. But it hasn't meant anything for Rybakina's score. 30-15. Then a fault, second serve. Second serve. Into the front of Eala, return to the back of Rybakina. Rybakina in the net. 30 all. It's felt like this second set, as soon as Eala got the break, it hasn't felt like Rybakina has stood a chance. Like, she just is not going to come back here. Like, Rybakina's making too many errors and it's not going to change. And Eala's not going to give her a chance. Rybakina serves a fault, second serve. Like, Rybakina doesn't look like she's going to come back. Eala's playing too solid. Second serve. Double fault. And that just sums it up. Eala's got a match point. 30-40 to take out the Australian Open champ. The former Wimbledon champion, the world number 2. On a grass court. Serve. Into the forehand of Eala. Return goes to the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina puts it away. Ooh. Deuce. We get to deuce. That was hold your breath when she went for that forehand. All right, deuce. Rybakina survives. Deuce. Serve the back of Eala. Return goes in the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina hits a winner. Unnecessarily massive forehand winner. Advantage Rybakina. Just wanted to make sure that was a winner. All right, Rybakina serves again. Serves a fault. Second serve. Serve to the forehand of Eala. Return the net. Okay. Rybakina holds, but Eala's going to serve this match. All right. If Eala wins one more game, she will be seeded at Wimbledon. Yes. She is guaranteed a seed if she can hold serve. That is the truth. She will be seeded at Wimbledon if she holds. Oh, man. Rune is out of Wimbledon as well. No surprise, though, but yeah. Rune is out of Wimbledon. Rune is out of Wimbledon. That's a shame. All right. Eala, by the way, looks cool, calm, and collected. She has not looked bothered all day. Even when she was down 1-4 in the first set. Rybakina was flying. And then Eala got back on serve with a couple of double faults from Rybakina, and now Eala's run with that. To play Svitolina tomorrow in the quarters, which is going to be a very interesting match. You can talk about Rybakina's errors, but I think the story here is Eala's serve is improving. I tell you, both things can be true. Like I said at the start of this match, for Eala, Eala didn't even have to win this match. If it was a close straight sets loss, would have been impressive, right? All the pressure was on Rybakina. And all the questions are now leaving this match. What is Rybakina's chances at Wimbledon now? Because not that losing to Eala is any shame in that at all, because Eala's beaten top 10 players before, but this is not good preparations for her. After losing to Bolter and now about to lose to Eala, she can't be the favorite at Wimbledon. She can't be, she can't beat players that are outside the top 30 on grass, let alone the top 10 who are, going to be playing there. So, yeah, there's a lot more questions around what this means for Rybakina. For Eala, it's like, this is the best win of her career. And she's going to be a threat at Wimbledon. We know that, like a threat to take out names at Wimbledon. I don't know if she wins. Winning the title may be a stretch, but she's definitely going to be a problem for players in the early rounds of Wimbledon. And she serves a umpire robbed her of an ace. Love 15. But yeah, there's a lot more like concern about Rybakina. Because obviously there's a lot of like even if somehow Rybakina wins this match, it's still going to be impressive from Eala. Either way. As a backhand in the net by Rybakina, 15-0. 15-0. Serve. In the back of Rybakina. Good return the back of Eala. Eala in the net, 15-30. If you think this year of tennis is great, you are wrong. God. Disney therapy. Relax. I don't like this season. Then come back next year. Watch the World Cup. Come back next year. 15-30. Ace down the tee from Eala. 30-0. God, her serve, man. Against Vekic and against Rybakina, Eala's serve has been lethal. 30-0. 2 points away. Serve into the forehand of Rybakina. Backhand from Eala. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Eala. Backhand again to the forehand of Rybakina. Rybakina hits it out. Match point Eala to get the win. 40-30. I'll tell you, chat. Bad day to be a hater. Bad day to be a hater. Bad day to be a hater. 40-30. Match point number 2. First one on her serve. Is she going to finish with an ace? Are we going to watch her finish with an ace? Is she going to ace? Eala serves. Into the forehand of Rybakina. Return goes in. The forehand of Eala. Rybakina backhand on the stretch. Goes wide! And a big shout from Eala! She kept it in! She kept it in! And then at the end she shouts. Eala gets the biggest win of her career. She knocks out one of the favourites for Wimbledon. If not, Eala's lost it now. She can't believe what she's done. Crazy level from Eala. Great serving. Rybakina was serving well. That wasn't an easy return day. Rybakina was serving 190 serves consistently all day. She just couldn't hit the ground strokes for Rybakina. And Eala was in those rallies, just constantly getting the ball back. And Eala just beats arguably the favourite for Wimbledon. Probably not now. Sabalenka's probably the favourite now, but I'll tell you, that was as impressive as Rybakina was at the start of the match. For Eala to win that, an hour ago we were like, well, Rybakina's serving crazy. This is just impossible to play. And then Eala turns it around. Ridiculous win. Better than the Swiatek win. Better than the Swiatek win. And now she's into the quarterfinals. She's going to play Svitolina tomorrow. Svitolina's a totally different player, though. That's going to be interesting to see how she adjusts. But wow. What a victory. Ridiculous victory. And Rybakina is going to have to figure something out because that was... I don't know what happened with her.
It must be so frustrating for players when Rybakina is serving like that and they can't do anything about it.
Thank you for the donation. Sorry I didn't get to it earlier.
Thanks, Cams, for Alex. Cover. Rooting for Alex.
No worries. Thank you, Loud. Thank you, Pia. Thank you, Robin.
I'm super impressed with this match, Ty Deer, Cam.
No worries. Thank you, Ed, as well, for the 5. Appreciate that. Wow. Thank you again, Ed, for the 5. And thank you all people who are becoming members as well. Thank you, Nemo, for the 33 months. If you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. Wow. What a win. Now Sabalenka's got to be the favourite of Wimbledon. I mean, Rybakina's lost to... She just lost to Bolter, which was her worst loss of the season. And now she somehow started ridiculously well and then just couldn't rally. I mean, I don't know. Like, Eala just would win the rallies. Rybakina couldn't rally. Couldn't rally with Eala. Crazy. Crazy impressive. Biggest win of Eala's life. Yeah, that's Eala's best victory. I mean, I know people are going to say, what about Swiatek match? Nah, that was more impressive because of the grass. The grass surface against a former Wimbledon champion was insane. Well, I thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate that. That was, and the way that she played. The way she played Rybakina on this surface. And not only that, but also the way that Eala was able to, she just kept it cool. Like she wasn't shouting, she wasn't yelling. She was very, very, focused. And then you could tell at the end there how like she just burst with emotion, screaming at the end. Like that was, you could just tell she was so locked in. By the way, thank you, Diva, for becoming a member as well. Appreciate that. And Addy, thank you for the super sticker. So good. What a win. Bad day to be a hater. Terrible day to be a hater. Let's just, forget about them for a second. CB, also thank you for the $2. Man, ridiculous win. And now she's going to play Svitolina. It's going to be interesting. Because Svitolina brings a bunch of different tricks. Svitolina's not a big serve. She's more of a grinder on the baseline. There's not going to be as many errors from Svitolina. So it's going to be a good test for Eala. She's just passed a massive test against Rybakina. Now she's going to go play Svitolina. And Svitolina is also going to be one of those favorites for Wimbledon too. So let's see how that plays. But it's going to be interesting, that one. Yeah, Eala bashers are not here. They left at least an hour ago. They left when she came back in the first. They left. They ain't here. Alex doesn't need to win against Svitolina. Oh, no. Like I said, she didn't even need to win today. If it was a respectable score, that would have been enough. The fact that she wins is... Now, by the way, let's talk about the seeds, because now she is locked in as a seed. It doesn't matter what Bartunkova does. Bartunkova could beat Sabalenka and beat everybody to win this tournament. Doesn't matter now. Eala is currently ranked number 31, which will lock her in, because if Bartunkova wins the tournament, it'll kick Siniakova out of the seeds. So Eala's number 31. If she wins tomorrow, she'll go up to number 30, and she's getting close to that career high ranking. But yeah, Eala is locked into a seed at Wimbledon,
You're a legend. Takei likes.
Thank you, Baby Steps, for the donation. That scared the shit out of me. Yeah, so she's locked into seeds, which means, by the way, she might have to play Rybakina in a third round rematch, which I kind of want to see. That'd be kind of sick at Wimbledon. But I tell you, her serving, Eala, in the last two matches, the Vekic match and this one, insanely good. Like, what a step up on the serve. She's serving faster. She's serving aces. Like, her serve on this grass, she's figured out how to serve on this surface, which is really, like, one of the things that a lot of people were concerned about, right? Super solid on the serves. And then, like, yeah, she just hits the ball flat and deep in the court and is troubling, well, has just troubled a former champion of this on this Wimbledon grassy surface. Crazy. Alex takes down world number 2. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Eala is showing she's the real deal. Oh, yeah. Eala is a problem. And she showed that 12 months ago, and then people still thought that was just a one-off. Eala is a problem. If Cam taking Svitolina to win, Eala's going to win. There's no such thing as jinx, all right? Relax. Her serve is insanely deadly right now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It will be really interesting. I'm really interested to see how she adjusts because, like I said, Svitolina is not the same type of player as Vekic or Rybakina. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Eala is able to adjust because at Wimbledon, players like Pegula, players like Swiatek and Svitolina are just as capable of going well at Wimbledon as the Rybakina big serving Sabalenkas, those kind of players. So it's probably the perfect warm-up for Eala for Wimbledon, because playing Svitolina is the other side of Wimbledon, people that have Wimbledon runs. Like, Svitolina is going to be a threat at Wimbledon. So it's another good, she's just taken out a big server, so that's going to give her a lot of confidence if she has to play against one of those on the grass in a couple of weeks. But she also gets to take on one of the great retrievers. And Svitolina's had a great season. Svitolina has had a phenomenal season. So this is going to be really, really fun to see how Eala can, what she's going to bring to that match. It's going to be a different style. How did Eala do this? Because by playing better. That's how. By playing much better. The Giant Killer is back. I'll tell you, Svitolina better be ready. Svitolina better be on tomorrow. Svitolina better be locked in, because Eala is going to be real dangerous tomorrow. Who's the next opponent? Svitolina. Elena Svitolina, who, like I said, been having a great year. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun matchup. Eala's going to play. Yeah, so this time tomorrow, Eala will play. This time tomorrow. The same time tomorrow. You think it'll be the same score tomorrow against Svitolina? Maybe. Oh, wait. So was this the same score as the Vekic match as well? That's weird. That's creepy. It's the same scoreline? That's crazy. Oh, it's a different scoreline. No. What was the score on the Vekic match? I can't remember. I'll go for 198. Well, match is over, so you're an hour, 2 hours behind. By the way, Lehetch's gone 3 against Hichikata took the second. Only Jovic has escaped the rematch. Yeah, I tell you, the most impressive part, not just the serve. The serve was impressive against Vekic. But the way she was able to read the Rybakina serve, that was impressive. That was super impressive. That's something that... I mean, Rybakina was serving 190 serves. Huge serving. And the way that Eala was able to just redirect that and just go, oh yeah, nothing. That's easy. I got this. That was crazy. And that is scary for Rybakina, because if Eala can do that, other players are going to watch that and go, oh, if I can just return the serve, I'll rate my chances on the ground strokes. So like I said, for Rybakina, this is a very... I wouldn't say it's not a bad loss in the way that, the Bolter match was probably a worse loss. But it's kind of exposed her a little bit going to Wimbledon. And it's going to be dangerous for Rybakina going to Wimbledon now. And she will have to play next week in Bad on Berg, because I don't think she's played enough tennis. She's only played 3 matches on grass. I think she's going to have to play next week. If she's going to get some confidence, because Rybakina's confidence right now can't be good. Yep, Eala's 31 in the world now. Yep. Eala already showed glimpses of reading Rybakina's serve back in Rome. Well, yeah, I mean, that was something that, back then, a lot of people were like, oh, Rybakina's gonna win easily, and Rybakina's going to do this and that. And Rybakina won, but it wasn't easy. And Eala did put up a fight. And then we saw that Rybakina then went on and demolished her next opponent, right? So, yeah, this is the thing. Not only will this give Eala confidence against other big hitters, because, we've seen that, like, over the last 12 months, the big hitters have been a little bit of an issue for Eala at times. But to beat one of the biggest hitters in the world and also return her serves, read her serve like that, is a huge confidence boost for Eala for the future matches against, players like Anisimova or Penko or whoever else, right? Or any of those big hitters. If Alex beats Svitolina, could you give Alex a winning prediction in the semis? Who's she playing in the semis? By the way, this tournament is really stacked. She might play Noskova. I'll tell you this. Noskova-Badosa is a lot more like a Vekic or Rybakina match. So if she is able to beat Svitolina, you rate her chances against Noskova or Badosa because she's played players like them before already this week. Because Noskova and Badosa are going to be big hitting, big serving, especially Noskova. She's more like Rybakina. So if Eala is able to get through Svitolina, which is, like I said, a different type of player, she'll then go back to the big hitting types, and she knows she can beat them because she's beaten both of them the same way. This Svitolina match is going to be tricky, though, because Svitolina doesn't play like Rybakina, so it's going to be a different type of match. But if she does get through Svitolina, then she'll definitely like her chances against Noskova and Badosa because both of them, she can copy and paste the game plan against Vekic and the game plan against Rybakina to get the win there. But this Svitolina match is going to be. Let's not look past Svitolina. Thanks for covering the game. No worries. I think Eala is telling the truth when she says she's tough mentally. Oh, yeah, she is. She had a great warm-up session with Vekic. Well, that's it. The Vekic match was a great test for this match today because Vekic was hitting the ball big. And she was able to feel that kind of power against and use that same strat against Rybakina. Eala will win against Svitolina tomorrow. I'll tell you, if she serves this the way she has served today, that'd be very interesting. Hey, Mia, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. If not for that Wong comeback, she would have played Svitolina in the final of Auckland. That's true. That is true. Yeah, this was the same score as the Vekic match. Eala's confidence level is through the roof. Oh, yeah. Vekic will feel pretty good about this. I believe Alex Eala will beat Svitolina because I predict Alex versus Rybakina in today's match. Okay. Eala was playing with no pressure. Exactly. But she was serving well. And she was reading the Rybakina serves as well. So well. Rybakina won't want her Eala in her section of Baden-Berg. That's true. That's true. I'll tell you this, though. I don't think Eala should play Baden-Berg. The only problem is that she's playing doubles, so she's kind of committed. But if I was Eala and I wasn't playing doubles, I'd be skipping Baden-Berg because I reckon she's had enough preparations on grass to go to Wimbledon. Plus, she's also locked in a seed, so she doesn't need to worry about next week anyway. Even though if she hadn't, it wouldn't matter. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like especially with the shoulder. Like, if she gets through Svitolina tomorrow, pull out of Battenberg. No point. Don't play. Just finish here and go to Wimbledon. Get that shoulder right, because you've got a good chance of making some waves at Wimbledon. But, I don't know. I mean, she's probably going to have to play because she's playing in doubles. So, but yeah. Because, like, she's playing so well. She's won a title. She's just beaten Vekic, who won a title, and Rybakina. If she can beat Svitolina and get to the semis, don't play next week. Have a week to get that shoulder right. Go to Wimbledon fresh, confident, scary. Tomorrow, Alex fans will be crying. I tell you what, you got some guts coming in here saying that shit. You're the only one that has those guts, because everybody else left and went to hide under a rock. Ken, were you shocked about this result? I mean, a little bit. Maybe not shocked, because we know how Eala can play against the best players in the world. More shocked from Rybakina's point. That she wasn't able to use that serve and win. I mean, shocked that she wasn't able to play better when she was serving that well. But not shocked from Eala's point of view. I mean, she's she's definitely, we know how capable she is of getting these kind of wins. Yeah, tears of joy. Yeah, another top 10 win. Yep. As long as Alex serves well, she'll have a chance, yeah. So the difference tomorrow is that Svitolina, if she's playing well, Svitolina, she won't be hitting as many errors as Rybakina. So it's not going to be as easy to just get the returns and try and rally. Eala's going to have to go for shots, because Svitolina is a great defender. Svitolina is more like Coco, right? So that's going to be interesting. Bad day for to be in an Eala, yeah. Bad day to be an Eala hater. Like, just take the day off. Take the day off if you're trying to hate on Eala today. That's a bad day to be you. Just take the day. Go watch some soccer or something. It's called football. I hope Alex will keep her performance till this tour ends. Yeah. You guys underestimated Alex, and now she crushed Rybakina big time. Yeah, she was. She was great against Rybakina. You're right. If Alex goes to the semi, she must skip the rest to get rest for the big tournament. Yeah. Eala has 5 top 10 wins. That is insane. That is crazy. You're vindicated with the Eala win. She's not a fluke. Yeah, anyone calling Eala a fluke is an idiot. Great commentary, pops to you. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, anybody who thinks Eala's a fluke obviously doesn't want her to do well. It's not that they don't believe that themselves. Eala's performance against Jovic last week is night and day difference today. Yeah, but also Jovic is a different player. Like, Jovic is a different type of player. So, you know, if she doesn't have to play Jovic in the future, it's good. That's a good thing for Eala. Don't play Jovic. Like, Jovic is a different type of matchup, tough matchup. Jovic is a great defender. You know, she's got variety. Like, Jovic is tough. We don't want to play Jovic, but everybody else, you know. Waiting for an Eala Sabalenka match next. Ooh, that'd be fun. No worries, Erwin. Thank you for joining. The Queen's Club grass was cursed. People were tripping everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, and Jovic obviously knows the Eala's game very well, and that's, yeah. What time tomorrow is Alex playing? Same time tomorrow. This time tomorrow. So same time, 11:30 Philippines time, 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and everywhere in between for everybody else. Appreciate you supporting Alex Cam. No worries. Now 3 consecutive bad tournaments for Rybakina. Still bad on Berg next week before Wimbledon. Yep. Yeah, look. Again, we don't take anything away from Eala, but Rybakina's in a bit of a funk now. After today, the loss to Bolter, the loss to Starab at the French, and now this one. Rybakina's she's had three early exits. For somebody who was kicking ass majority, I mean, she won Stuttgart, and then she made the semis of Rome. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that she was kicking ass. In the last 3 tournaments, she's gone out second round. Oh, sorry, second round, third round, second round. So, yeah. Oh, wait, no, sorry, quarterfinals in last week, right? Second round, quarterfinal, second round. She's had 3 of her strangest losses too. And I think that today was the harder one today because today she was playing really well. Whereas, like, you could talk about the Bolter one and say, oh, well, she had to play 2 matches. She was tired, blah, blah, blah. But this one, there's no excuse. She's had like a week off. She hasn't played for the whole week. She didn't play a match before this. It was her first match of the tournament. And she was serving really, really well to start. This is more concerning, this loss, for Rybakina. Because she was doing a lot of things right, Rybakina, in this match at the start. So I'm sure Rybakina at 4-1 was thinking, I'm playing pretty well here. I'm having a good day. And then it all went wrong. In your opinion, is it a clear win for Alex, or is it just that Rybakina wasn't in her best condition? This is a clear win for Alex. Because Rybakina was serving massively, right? Eala was able to read the serve and return and get the returns back and hit the ball deep in the court. And yeah, Rybakina made a lot of errors, but Eala was just getting more shots back, just making her play more shots, forcing Rybakina to go for a little bit too much, a little bit too extra. So this is Eala's win. It's disappointing for Rybakina. She needs to get a lot better really quick to win Wimbledon if she's going to win that. But this is Eala's win. Like, this is Eala served great, right? Yeah, this wasn't a gift. She didn't get this win like because it got given to her. She won this match, Eala. She earned this match. Who do you think is the most popular female tennis player now? Serena. Serena. Serena is that player. Yep, Eala is now locked into the seeds. That's it. I wonder how much that also was a motivation. I don't know if she said in the press, but like, I wonder how much, because she was so focused, so locked in. Obviously, you have to be when you're playing the number 2, but I wonder how much of I need to win this for my Wimbledon, right? And like, this is like, trying to get that achievement was another, like almost an extra motivation. Where Rybakina doesn't have that extra motivation because she's number 2 seed no matter what happens. Will Alex reach top 20 if she wins the tournament? I mean, let's dream big. If she wins the tournament, she will be ranked number 22. So not quite. But remember, she lost first round at Wimbledon last year. So Eala has nothing to lose at Wimbledon. She can go on and make the 4th round or the 2nd round or the 3rd round and get points. So Eala could be top 20 by the end of Wimbledon if she does have a decent run. 3rd round, 4th round, quarterfinal, her ranking, she could be top 20 by the end of the grass. Eala really prepared well for Rybakina. She was returning Rybakina's serve really well. She kicked the ball low. Yep, exactly. Which surface does Rybakina like playing the most? Probably hard courts. I'd say hard courts. And grass. I mean, grass is definitely on that. Got to be on the list. By the way, chat, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We got to 303 today, so thank you for that. You know we'll be watching Eala tomorrow against Svitolina. Eala's defense was superb, yeah. Yes, it was. All right, let's go. Let's do a recap of the match for a second. Let me just sort my screen out. If you're just joining us and you're wondering what happened, we'll recap so that everybody can know what's happening. Because this is probably one, I wouldn't call it upset of the year. I don't think it's upset of the year. Because there's been bigger upsets for lower ranked players. And we've already seen Eala do this before, so it's not a massive, like, it's not the first time Eala's, shocked a top 10 player. But it's definitely one of the biggest results before Wimbledon. Might be one of the biggest upsets pre-Wimbledon. Because we all expect, or we all expect that Rybakina at Wimbledon, I mean, people are picking Rybakina to win Wimbledon, right? Like, that's a lot of people's prediction is Rybakina at Wimbledon, right? I picked Sabalenka for the record, but that might change tomorrow. But let me just we'll recap what we've just witnessed. So we've just seen Alex Eala take out Elena Rybakina in Berlin, and she's the number 2 in the world, Rybakina, and she was serving pretty well, but Eala was able to read the game and turn it around, and now she's going to be seated at Wimbledon. But let's go have a look at how this match actually went. All right, so you can see there an hour and a half, and it was 7-5, 6-4, the same result, or the same scoreline as the Vekic match in the first round for Eala, and you can see there the winners and errors, and also the aces. 4 aces for Eala, 3 double faults, serving really, really well for her. And Rybakina with the 13 aces, 4 double faults. Those double faults did cost her a little bit in the match. But let's go have a look at how the match actually progressed, because it was actually a bit of a slow start for Eala. All right, so you can see there that Rybakina served first. She got the early hold, and then Eala did end up holding early as well. Then at 2-1, Rybakina got the break, got to 4-1, and almost got up. And then Eala did end up holding pretty easily. Eala was serving pretty well, even though she, did get broken pretty early. Then there was a bit of a marathon game, and Rybakina ends up giving back the break and getting broken. There was a couple of double faults in that game too, where Rybakina led Eala back into the match. Then the scores were all tied at 5-all, and Eala gets a break 30-all. That's when Eala was able to return well and get the break. And then serving for the set, there's a chance for Rybakina to break back, get to the tiebreak, but Eala gets it on the second set point. In the second set, Rybakina was serving first. She gets off to a good start, and then Eala ends up holding, and then Eala gets the break really early on in the second set, goes up to 2-1. Then there's a little bit of a close game for Eala. She did get to deuce, but then she ends up holding, gets a 3-1. Then at love 40, Eala with a chance to get the double break, but Rybakina fought back, ends up holding serve. Then both players were sort of holding pretty easily up until 5-3, where Rybakina was serving to stay in the match. Eala gets a match point, doesn't take it, but then gets another match point on her serve at 5-4 and takes it 6-4 in the second, which was just super impressive serving from Eala. She only got broken the one time. Very, very impressive on her serve, and really, really good against somebody who is a massive, massive server. Now, what does this mean for Wimbledon? Because, of course, Eala does have her, she's going to be seated at Wimbledon now, and she's going to be in the top sort of 30 seeds, because if she had lost today, it would have come down to, whether or not Bartunkova did well this week, whether or not Eala was going to be seated. But now that she's won, she is locked into the seed. She's going to be seated at Wimbledon, which is going to be really impressive as well. And that means being seated, she avoids playing Rybakina, Sabalenka, Swiatek, Gauff, all those big names in the first round. She might have to play them in the third round, but at least in the first round, she doesn't have to play any of them. So there it is. That is the Eala win there. That was so impressive by her, and probably more impressive than the Swiatek win in Miami, because it was Rybakina on grass, one of the favorites for Wimbledon, which is only 2 weeks away, or a week away now. And Eala was able to just dismantle her. You know, it was a great start for Rybakina, getting up to 4-1, but Eala was able to just return the serves, and really in the rallies, that's where Eala did her best work and really was able to, annoy and trouble Rybakina in those rallies. And she also served really well herself. She served so well against Vekic as well. Her serve has come a long way in the last couple of weeks. But let me know in the comments below, where do you rank this as Eala's best win? And also, what do you think of Rybakina going forward to Wimbledon? Is she the favorite still, or maybe somebody else? Because she's kind of had a couple of bad losses, to Bolter last week, and now she's lost to Eala. Do we have her as the favorite for Wimbledon, or maybe it's Sabalenka, or maybe Swiatek, or maybe it's somebody else as a favorite? But there it is. Rybakina goes down to Eala. Massive, impressive win from Eala. All right. Eala versus Folinska, first round. It can't be first round. They're both seeded. It can't be first round. They're both seeded. Might be maybe like fourth round, maybe. She'd defend the Eastbourne points in Bad on Berg, but it's irrelevant for Wimbledon seeding. Exactly. This week was relevant. Now she's covered the points for Eastbourne from this week. Andreeva the favorite? Ooh, okay. Vukov was there, yes. Vukov was in the house, yes. He was there. He was sitting there. By the way, why the hell is Lehechka losing? What is going on? Why isn't he... What's he doing? I don't even think Folinska versus Eala third round is going to happen. It has to be like a fourth round, or it can only be a fourth round. They can't play in the first rounds. That's just how the way it works. Bartunkova to beat Sabalenka and reach the final play. Eala, Birmingham 2.0. Yeah, how big was that Birmingham win? Because remember, Bartunkova was winning that match in Birmingham. That's where it started. Oh, did South Africa score? Oof, okay. Eala's best win for her because Wimbledon is her favorite slam. Okay. This is Eala's best win. Finally, her weak serve is now one of her weapons. Yeah, I mean, she has not had a weak serve this week and last week. I mean, even against Jovic, Jovic was just too good on the too good in the rallies. The serving has gotten much, much better. Somebody's asking about how many points did Eala get from this one. I think she got like 100 points for winning this match. I think 50 points. 60 points added to her score. 50 points. 50 points added to her total. So that is that. I think a player outside the top 10 will win Wimbledon this year. Oh, maybe. That's happened before. Wimbledon has been random. Players outside the top of the top 10 have won Wimbledon before. Even last year, Swiatek winning Wimbledon was kind of out of the box. Nobody was picking Swiatek to win Wimbledon last year, I don't think. All right. All right. There it is. All right. So tomorrow, what's the plan? So tomorrow we've got Fritz versus Shelton first match, which is a huge, huge match it's a rematch of last week's final in Stuttgart. That's the first match tomorrow over in Halle. And then we've obviously got the Eala matches at the end of the day against Svitolina. The Eala-Svitolina match is the last match of tomorrow. And then in the middle, it's a bit open. We kind of got, there's this kind of opportunity to watch Sabalenka. We're going to watch. I think Zverev's playing. We can tune in and see what he's up to tomorrow. Tomorrow's a bit of an interesting one. I actually totally picked Swiatek to do the double bagel at Wimbledon. Did you? Nice. Nice one. Boy, Hitchcock and Lehechka at 3-0 in the third. I'm torn because I've got Lehechka in my team, but Hitchcock is Australian, so it's kind of a bit of a lose-lose. Or win-win. Also, there's a challenge going on in Nottingham as well, for the men, along with the women's tournament. So that's also happening. Does Eala have a chance to have a new ranking now? Yeah, she's 31 in the world. It's not a career high, though. But it is close. It is getting close. And if she wins this tournament, it will definitely be a career high ranking. Where are the Bashers? They left a long time ago. Svitolina is not tougher than Rybakina. She's different to Rybakina. That's where it's tough. It's not that she's tougher than Rybakina, it's that she's different to Rybakina. So that's where it's going to be interesting. It's not about whether or not she's better or harder or a bigger hitter or more accomplished. It's that she's a different type of player than Rybakina. So that's where the challenge is for Eala. Is that she's going to be playing a different type of player than she just played. Rybakina is going to deactivate her IG again. Yeah, IG is getting ridiculous. Like I'm on and off Instagram. Instagram's just kind of mid. Like it's just that. But I can understand a tennis player not being on Instagram because they don't get any benefit from it. All it is just getting yelled at. And that's not fun. All right. Any more questions, chat? What's going on? Is it going to be more of a defensive competition tomorrow against Svitolina? Yeah. Yeah, the defense is going to be the on display tomorrow for sure. From both players. I mean, Svitolina is a very solid defender as well. So it's going to be a different type of match for sure for Eala. She's going to have to serve well. 100% has to serve well. But, yeah, it's all going to be about the rallies as well. How she's able to sustain the rallies. And how she's going to be able to, like... Because it's hard to get errors against Svitolina. Or Svitolina doesn't give away errors. So it's going to be... Patience is going to be key for Eala tomorrow. She's going to have to keep her patience. It's all about rallies and not overhitting, which she was doing a little bit at the start of the match today, but that's probably because she was a little bit nervous against the Rybakina power. But she sorted it out, and that was the impressive part. She was able to just settle and get those big serves back. Which, I mean, again, Rybakina was serving some of the biggest serves that we have seen anybody do consistently this year. I mean, that was I wish they showed. I wish we could find the stat of her average serve speed today, because her average first serve speed was at least 185. It was huge. She was serving massive. Yeah. So tomorrow, Sabalenka plays Bartunkova. We'll definitely be watching. We got to watch Sabalenka now that Rybakina's out. We got to see what Sabalenka can do, because it feels like no one's playing well on the grass yet. At least none of the top players. You know, Gauff's gone, Rybakina's gone, Sabalenka. See what she can do. Swiatek hasn't played yet. Andreeva hasn't played yet. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. You know, I'll tell you, the upset open was the French Open, but it's kind of feeling like that's kind of coming over to this now. So yeah. Yo!
Thanks, Cam. Super appreciate your coverage.
No worries. Thank you for the $2. Appreciate it. Sorry, Chad, I'm just multitasking. You know how it is. You know how it is. All right. Is Swiatek playing next week? Yes, she is playing in Bad Homburg next week with Andreeva. No sound? You got to refresh your app. If there's no sound, it's because YouTube have glitched. So you got to reset. You got to reset. I can't do anything for you. All right. Oh, Hijikata and Lehetra are playing like an absolute crazy match at the moment. Also, Czechia and South Africa finished. Also, chat, thanks for everyone hanging out. I didn't think we'd get to 303 until Wimbledon, but appreciate everyone sticking around. So yeah, we'll go through the schedules for all of the matches tomorrow because there's a lot of matches tomorrow. And the quarterfinals day too, so yeah. So many glitches on YouTube. Yeah, it's just been a bit of a shit show lately. My computer's also being a bit annoying, so I don't know what's going on with that. Just watching so much tennis, that's why. My computer can't handle it. Can't handle all this insane tennis. All these upsets. I'll tell you, if Hijikata wins, I'll be happy. Maybe. Well, Hechka losing, so it's just a bad day for number 2. Because he's the second seed, right? Just a bad day to be a number 2 seed. No worries, Mia. Thank you for the donation and appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. Keys impressed me by beating Mukova. Yeah, that was a huge win too. I mean, Keys, very impressive. I love this live stream because none of my friends like tennis and my husband doesn't watch, so this is the only way only tennis community I have. That's why I started this channel in the first place. That's exactly why I started this channel in the first place, because I was the same. I didn't have anyone to talk to about tennis, so I went live one day in 2018, and yeah. The idea popped into my head of going live and watching tennis and hoping that somebody would join, and we had like 4 people in the chat on that day, and then the channel's grown ever since. So this channel was built for that exact same reason, because I wanted to watch tennis with people. Nobody else was doing this before in the tennis space. And here we are with 203 people, 4 people, 5 people. 5th top 10 win. Just defeated world number 2, Grand Slam champion straights. I know, yeah. Super impressive. I have tickets to quarterfinals and semifinals of the Canadian Open. Oh, nice. I hope I can convince somebody to go with. I'm sure you will. Some people in the chat might be going to there too, so you might be able to meet up with people from the chat too. Because a lot of people in the chat go to the tournaments around the world. This is why I come here too. CamFam is the best tennis community. Appreciate that. Can you now make it your early prediction of Svitolina Eala? So eager to hear your analysis. No, I'm going to make a video. So you're just going to have to wait like everybody else. Because I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm torn. I have to think about it. Who do you think is going to get the last Wimbledon wildcard? I think it's going to be Venus Williams. The Masarova, Bartunka, and Vekic matches prepared Eala for Rybakina. Yeah, definitely. Eala loves to force errors from her opponents. Yep. Hey, what's up, Ken? How you doing? Welcome back. Eala will have a letdown versus Svitolina tomorrow. It's going to be a different match, I keep saying, right? It's going to be a different style matchup than it was today. And that's going to be interesting to see how she adjusts. Be very interesting to see how Eala adjusts. We wish you were the one live commentating on the WTA Lives, Cam. Hey, tell them that. You tell that. Chat, I think I got too much. I'm too loud. I'm too loud for TV. I'm too loud. Also, if I went on did WTA TV, then we wouldn't be able to hang out and talk. We wouldn't be able to do all this. So you got the prediction wrong, I remember. Thank you for tracking and watching my videos. For Aussie Open, it could be possible. Nah. Now Alex can prove herself that she can beat top 5 players in the future as long as she remains consistent. I mean, she does just fine. Like, she doesn't need to prove anything now. If she loses to Svitolina tomorrow, it doesn't matter. She beat Rybakina on grass. That's going to at least give her a couple of months worth of credit. Yeah, we want you here. Exactly. We have to get to 1 million subscribers. I can't do that if I go on WTA TV. By the way, chat, we do have a second channel, and I would really appreciate if you all subscribe to that channel as well. That's where I put my predictions and all other stuff. So if you want to go check out that, go check it out. Keys played kind of like Rybakina, though. Plays like... Yeah, she does play like Rybakina, yeah. A little bit, yeah. Eala should study Svitolina's game, yeah. Well, I'll tell you who Eala's played that is like Svitolina. Let's go through this a little bit. So, Eala has played Svitolina-type players. She's never played Svitolina, but... she has played players like Svitolina. She's played Pegula. It's a great comparison. She's played Coco Gauff. Good comparison. Not exactly the same because Svitolina's serve is not as powerful as Gauff's when Gauff's serving well. But she's played Mukova. I would say Mukova's more attacking than Svitolina. So maybe that's not a great comparison. Just going down the list. So yeah, Pegula's probably the best example of someone who is like Svitolina. And she did push Pegula to 3 sets in Miami last year. So that's promising. She did beat Paolini, but Paolini hasn't been playing well. But she did beat Paolini early in the year. Again, similar type. Castella's a similar type as well. As I would say, Castella's probably more like Svitolina than Paolini is, and she beat Castella in straight sets earlier this year. Who else? Lynette is a little bit like her as well, like defensively. Lynette's a great defender, and she's beaten Lynette twice this year. So there is definitely some good memories from those matches for Eala. But Svitolina is the best of all of them, right? She's the best type of that. Like, she's the best of that type of player, right? They're all good, similar types, but she's the best of that. And that's where it's going to be interesting. Already subscribed to my second channel? Nice, thank you. Is Svitolina a serve bot? No, not at all. Rybakina is not mentally tough when the tough gets going. Eala is resilient, never gives up. Yeah, that's what we saw today. If Eala indeed skips bad on Berg, that will give her an opportunity for the Williams sisters to play doubles before Wimbledon. Yeah, maybe. But isn't Serena's not playing next week, so she's not in next week. We do a video for Wimbledon where you predict the dark horse, most aces, etc. No. I'll do a bracket because we're doing brackets on the second channel. Lehechka serving to stay in the match. Yeah, I've seen that. He already tried to do that, and he survived the first time. Paolini is also a Grand Slam champ. No, she's not. She's a Grand Slam finalist. So yeah, Swiatek's beat. So Eala's beaten Swiatek, Gauff, Rybakina, Keys, Penko. Yeah, they're the only champion Grand Slam champ she beat. I think they're the ones. I don't think she's played anyone else, has she? She lost to Krejcikova. I can't think of any others. I was able to check the 193 speed serves of Rybakina, and Eala able to get it. I know that was one of the most impressive parts of the day for sure. That was so impressive from Eala to be able to return those serves. Rybakina was serving ridiculous. Hey, Mohammed, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. All right. So tomorrow, let's go through tomorrow. So tomorrow's a pretty big day. Quarterfinal days are always massive. Let's have a look at the schedules for tomorrow. So obviously on the women's side, we've got Swiatek. Sorry, not Swiatek. We've got Sabalenka versus Bartunkova. So we'll watch that tomorrow. And then that goes into the Eala versus Svitolina match. We don't know what's going on in Queen's Club. Schedule's not out yet, but we probably won't watch that anyway. And then in Hella, Zverev, Shelton, Fritz. That's the first match. We're definitely going to watch that. It's crazy. Medvedev plays tomorrow. FAA Tiafoe is also pretty fire. So those are the matches for tomorrow in Hella. And then we've also got Keys versus Pegula, which is a very interesting match as well. But that's happening at the same time as Fritz. So we could do maybe an American double to start, where we watch Fritz versus Shelton, Pegula versus Keys. We could do that. But we'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Do you have content predictions about every possible matchup? What do you mean? On the second channel? Yeah, I do a bracket where I pick every single match. Yeah. Same time tomorrow. Yep. Same time tomorrow. That is going to be the match against Svitolina at the same time tomorrow. What's more impressive, beating 5 Grand Slam champions like Eala or winning 250s like Joint? Beating 5 champions. That's like, yeah. And I'm Australian. And I think what Joint did last year was very impressive. But beating 5 Grand Slam champions is more impressive. More memorable, too.
Give Cam a big TY for covering these matches.
No worries. Thank you, Venetia, for the donation. Yeah, beating 5 Grand Slam champions is more impressive because you can win 250s without having to play a top 50 player or a top 30 player. You can win those tournaments by not having to play the best players in the world. Beating Grand Slam champions, even if they're former champions and have dropped down the rankings, still impressive. So yeah, beating 5 Grand Slam champions is more impressive than 2 250s. And yeah, and that's coming from somebody who is a Joint fan. So yeah, beating the Grand Slam, and that's something that Joint hasn't been able to do, which is something that is holding her back. You know, last year she had a great year, but the problem was she couldn't beat the top 10. Whereas on Boko, that's why Boko was Rookie of the Year or Rising Star, because she was able to win the big trophies and beat the big players. Whereas Joint was able to win titles but not beat the big players, right? So that's something that's holding Joint back from, is not getting those big wins, even though she can win titles. But, you're only going to get so far, right? You have to beat the big names as well. Whereas Eala beating the big names, it's only going to be a matter of time before she wins a 250 or 500, right? Swiatek's playing grass next week. Eala's playing Svitolina tomorrow. It's going to be a big match. Jovic has the advantage of knowing Eala's play style because they're friends and doubles partners. Yeah, exactly. Does Demon beat Nakashima? Yes. In 3. What do you think is more impressive in 2024? Murray, Stan, Cilic, and Medvedev in a row, or winning a 1,000? Who beat Murray, Stan, Cilic, and Medvedev? You got to give me more context. I don't understand the question. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Who did that? I can't think of who did that. Who did that? Who beat Murray, Stan, Cilic, and Medvedev? And then which, hypothetically? Oh. That, well, why are we doing no? Nobody did that. So what's this? What are we doing? Bo Hitchcock's up 4-2 in the final set. Tiebreak. Unless they fall off top 50. Yeah. I think, I mean, it depends on... Okay, I'll play your game. I think beating Stan, Cilic, Murray, and Medvedev in a row is very impressive. But if you're trying to compare it to the Eala's beating the current Grand Slam champions, right? It's not that Eala's beating champions from 10 years ago, right? Stan, Murray, Cilic are all 10-year removed, right? Eala's beating the current Grand Slam champions. Like, that's what makes her achievements. If she beat Venus and she beat... Well, she's beaten Penko, but like if she's beaten like Kennan or Stevens, right? Former champions, Azarenka. Okay, that's not as impressive as beating Swiatek, Keys, right? Gauff, all these like current champions. So yeah, if you're trying to make the comparison of like, well, you know, what's more impressive, a 1,000 or beating 4 Grand Slam champions in a row, even though the fact that they're 10 years removed is that's the difference. Eala's beating the current champions. Oh, she just beat the Australian Open champion from this year. Like, that's crazy. Eala will be seeded. Yep. She sure will. She sure will. Eala has been having great consistency with her serve on grass. Yeah. Her serve's been so good. Why is it Alex just got 48 points with the WTA rankings? Because she had points from... Other points fell off. This is a very hard... I tell you what, this is a very hard to explain, but it's also a very boring... Almost like going to a lecture about something that you don't give a shit about kind of question. And it's not that it's a bad question. It's a very boring answer. Because it's a very long drawn out answer, and it's going to take a lot of maths. It's going to take a lot of like explaining, and it's going to be like a study lesson. It's going to turn into like a lecture. So, yeah. And I don't really feel like talking for 30 minutes about how the rankings work to explain the answer to that question. Does that make sense? The easy answer is it's because this week's result replaces a previous result that wasn't worth as many points. The points she won this week replaces one of her results that she had, one of her lesser results that were less points. I hope that made sense. It probably didn't, because it's very confusing how to... But like, if you want to research why that is, go for it. But it's a rabbit hole. And it's a very long, trust me, it's a very boring lecture of an answer for me to give. Hijikata's got match point. That's awesome. Australia's going to beat Lehechka, and then we're going to beat the US. First Lehechka, then USA. Did Alex beat a Grand Slam champion in straight sets? Yep. She's beaten Grand Slam champions in straight sets before. I would be very interested to see Eala versus Osaka. Ooh, that'd be fun. Yeah, that'd be fun. Last year, Alex was quarterfinal from Nottingham. Yep. So that got replaced. That got replaced. I would be very interesting. That'd be very interesting. Actually, on a hard court would be really fun. To see that on a hard court would be really fun. Chat, why'd you jinx it? Damon was going to win Queen's Cup. Yeah, crazy tiebreak. Wait, hang on. Hijikata wins. He's in the quarters. Who does he play? I'm not even paying attention to Queen's Club. Umber Medvedovic. They're not going to finish tonight. Umber Medvedovic is the next match. They're not going to finish tonight. There's no way they're going to finish tonight. It's already dark. So we've got Fokina, Paul, Ferry. Oh, good for Ferry. Ferry and Cerundolo. Nice. Some British result. Where are the Alex Bashers, Cam? They'll be back tomorrow. Look, you guys know this as much as I do. This is the thing, chat, right? I've been doing this for 8 years, all right? I've been doing this for 8 years. And I've seen it throughout the whole 8 years, from players for Osaka to Coco. Early days in Coco was the same thing. In 2019, 2020, Coco had the same thing. She still gets it to this day. You know, Raducanu, we've seen that with her. We've seen it with Eala. We've seen it with Fonseca. We've seen it on the men's side with Alcaraz even got the shit. And even Sinner got shit back in 2021. The people that bash these players they just don't like that certain players get attention. They're just unhappy because players that haven't done anything are getting attention. And they don't realize that some players, it doesn't matter what you've done. I mean, look at celebrity, right? There's movie stars that have won Academy Awards and Oscars, and then there's ones that haven't, but the ones that haven't still will get way more press. It's just the way of the world, just how it happens. Hijikata wins, by the way. And those people are always going to bash. They're always going to hate because they don't like the fact that these players get attention. It's got nothing to do with their results. It's got nothing, and they'll say all the crazy shit in the world, right? They'll say all the crazy shit in the world. They'll say all the crazy things. They'll be like, this person sucks, they're not very good, they're overrated, blah, 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 blah. It's because they're angry. Because this person gets more attention than their favorite. Or they get more attention than they deserve. There's no such thing as deserving attention. Like, deserving attention. Ash Barty won 3 Grand Slams. She was world number 1. She didn't get attention as much as she should have. But I don't cry about it. You know, like, I don't care. Doesn't matter. She doesn't care. Doesn't matter. But they're going to come back tomorrow. The second Eala loses a game, they're going to come in here and they're going to say the same thing. Also, something that I've learned over the last 8 years is that the people that say in both directions, the people that overpraise, and the people that overhate, neither of them are correct, right? The players that say this player is the best player I've ever seen, the greatest of all time, unless they're talking about Djokovic, when they're, that's the greatest player I've ever seen, they're usually a little bit over the top. And then the people that are down here that are like, that's the worst player I've ever seen, they're also wrong, right? It usually falls in the middle, right? And Eala, I mean, by the way, I don't know where some of these people are saying that, like, people think that Eala is going to win a slam. No one at least in here, has said anything like overestimated Eala and over exaggerate, like going, oh well, she's now going to be the world number one. Obviously, we all hope our favorite players are the best player in the world one day. We hope they win Grand Slams, right? But I don't think most of the people in the chat here, anyway. Maybe it's different elsewhere online. Maybe it's on Twitter or whatever. But I don't think anyone like overhypes her and goes, oh well, now she's going to win Wimbledon because she won this one match. Everyone's pretty level-headed here. Everyone's pretty relaxed here, right? I mean, I don't think anybody overdoes the praise. But the people that come in here and say that she's the worst player ever and that she should go play 125s and stick to challenges, like, those people are obviously not right at all. Obviously. Svitolina is favored, but Eala chances against. But I like Eala's chances. Oh yeah, for sure. The bashers are more hypocrites. Okay. People still saying Eala is overhyped due to her contract with IMG. Okay. And, like, I don't want to go down this road. Why? Do I ask why? Enlighten me. She has to defend points this week. I'm like, yep. You're only human. Can predictions are only based on stats. Yeah. And? What would the win probability be between Svitolina and Eala tomorrow? Probably, I'd say 60-40 Svitolina. I think it's 60-40 Svitolina. I think Svitolina is still the favorite. But I'd say 60-40. Sad that Alex can't have a day rest between the matches. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way the schedule is. Eala's level of play has greatly improved over the past year. Better to slowly work your way up than you have consistency with defending points. Oh, exactly, yeah. I hope Eala will destroy this rhythm of Svitolina with a lefty move. Yeah, I tell you, I'm really interested to see how Eala deals with Svitolina. It's going to be very interesting. And just like I said today, it doesn't matter if Eala loses. Like we're at the point with Eala this week that it doesn't matter. Like, the result doesn't matter. It obviously matters if she wins, but if she loses, it doesn't matter. She's already done more than enough on the grass going into Wimbledon with confidence. She's now beating Rybakina is like even... She could lose today and next week and it doesn't even matter. Right? Like, she's done more than enough to give herself the most confidence going into Wimbledon. Now she just needs a good draw. Like, that's the hard part now, because it's out of her hands with, she's seeded, so we know where she's going to be in the draw, but she also needs to avoid, or at least she needs to get a good draw, right? Like, she needs to not have to play Krejcikova in the first round, right? That was a killer draw last year. So she just needs to get a little bit lucky with that draw, but, or not even lucky. She just needs to, just needs to not have to play, just get a good draw. Like, not play Sabalenka in the third round. That would be a nightmare. With the amount of injuries happening, predictions are almost pointless. Yeah, I mean, nobody can predict injuries. Avoid Penko and Barb in the second round. Yeah. I mean, she'd probably rate her chance against Penko. And I think that would be an interesting match for sure. Or Krejcikova. But I'm talking more about, playing against, even playing like Bartunkova, right? She struggled. They had a struggle in Birmingham. That would be an awkward match, right? Or taking on, who else is on the grass court danger? I mean, even playing Parks, right? You don't want to play Parks in the first round. Pliskova, don't want to play Pliskova. If you're Eala, you don't want to play Pliskova. I know she just beat Rybakina, who is Pliskova plus, but you don't want to play Pliskova, right? You know, there are definitely some. Even Tomljanovic, like she's a tough player who's done well on grass. You know, there are definitely players that she wouldn't want to see next to her name. But look, then there's other players, you know, that she would love to play. You know, take on Joint in the first round, take on Sonmez, right? Play Sonmez, you know, bring on Lynette. You know, there's all those kind of players. So, you know, there's a lot of play. I mean, that's the best part about being seeded is that she doesn't have to play one of those seeds. So it already eliminates 31 players she can't play. Now she gets to play, you know, the best of the rest. So yeah. So we'll see. The draw comes out next week. We'll talk about that next week. Swiatek versus Penko first round. That could happen. Yeah, just avoid. I mean, look, she did play very well against a massive server today. But I feel like Pliskova going into Wimbledon is going to be the worst nightmare for somebody. Like, you don't want to play Pliskova. Former finalist. Like, she is probably the most dangerous unseeded player going into Wimbledon. And she's also just made a quarterfinal this week. She made a quarterfinal last week. I mean, Pliskova is a nightmare. No one wants to see Pliskova in their draw. Because Pliskova takes the racket out of your hand. Hey, Jules, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Every player inside the top 100 is dangerous, if you ask me. I mean, yeah, the WTA is that stacked, right? I think a lot of people forget female players always have to do. Oh yeah, I mean, they have to deal with a lot more than the men. I think Penko's playing Eastbourne, probably. Pliskova looking scary good, yeah. Not just on the grass, but also she was looking scary good on the bloody clay as well. Hoping we are more aggressive and hit winners tomorrow. Yeah, well, we'll see. All right, chat. God, it's 4:30. All right, I got to go and make a video. But go, I just made a video. Go check that video out if you haven't already. There you go. Go check that video out if you haven't already, if you want to get a recap of what happened today. But what a win by Eala. 7-5, 6-4. She gets, I think, the biggest win of her career against one of the favorites for Wimbledon. I don't know if that's changed. Probably has. If I have a look at who's the favorite for Wimbledon now, it's got to be Sabalenka because this Rybakina is not playing like a favorite. At least she's not winning like a favorite. Rybakina is the second favorite for Wimbledon, but I don't know. The results aren't. She's not really playing like a second favorite. At least not winning like a second favorite. But Eala wins. She's going to play Svitolina tomorrow. That's going to be a heck of a match. You know we're going to be watching that. Also, we've got Fritz tomorrow against Shelton, rematch of last week's Stuttgart final. We've also got a match in a couple of matches with Sabalenka and maybe even Pegula tomorrow. Zverev plays. I mean, it's getting pretty crazy over in on the grass. Remember, this is like the last chance for a lot of players too to get some grass form. But Eala wins. I'll see you tomorrow.